check mark. But right now, I think it's gonna catch up. Yeah, it caught up already. We're good. We're good, chat. We're good.
Are we caught up? 17
Yeah,
seconds?
we're caught up.
All right, that's
Yeah.
good. So right now, Poch, let's have a look at what's going on here, because right now Captain America has been saved on the side of rejects. So
Kind of taking a similar strategy of Crazy Raccoons, banning the Captain America and saving the Captain America in this process. And now, last ban on the side of Gen.G gonna be open to unlock, and they're actually thinking about banning out the Punisher, and it's actually gonna get banned.
it's gonna get banned, and here I am watching a stuttering stream. Ooh, help me.
You want to refresh it?
How do I refresh it?
Go to the source, then there's a checkbox there. Just restart it if it's lagging, and then it should be good from there. But it's gonna actually close this.
Okay, restart.
It's gonna go.
How do I restart
it's
it?
gonna. You've seen source, right? Right click it, and then there's supposed to be a checkbox there. And then check it, and then uncheck it.
Like this? Like this? Is that how you do it?
Well, it's gonna take a minute before it to come back. Oh, it's still.
I'm just basically hiding it.
Oh, you're hiding it? It's back now.
Oh, wait.
Ish.
It's okay now?
Would you want me to stream?
Seems okay now. Oh, is it catching up? Oh my god. It's...
The match is about to start.
Oh. Is it starting? Is this correct?
It's correct now. It caught up. It caught up.
All right.
All right, chat, just hang in there. We got 16K on the line and 17K on the line. It's not gonna stop us.
It's not gonna stop us,
But-
indeed. Yep. Maybe some channel resources is being used a lot. I'm not sure. I have like 64 gigs of RAM. Ooh. Has it caught up?
It is. I think the audio is just the audio source is just kind of syncing up. But right now, in the tour of Krakoa, it's about to start, so we should be good, chat. We should be good. Don't worry, we got this. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Doctor Strange
It's
messing with the multitude of time
It's
here.
It's starting.
Oh my god. This is not
Fun,
good.
fun about to actually go for a portal play here.
Which you wanna stream?
Let's see if it's gonna catch up.
All right.
Okay. Okay, chat, bear with us. I think I have to stream.
Yeah, you have to. It's weird. Help, Doctor Strange. No.
Chat, are we
Wow.
back? Chat, are we back? Wait, we're live though. We're live. Can you see it? Uh-oh, wait, I have to hang on, Nell. We're almost there. We're almost there. It is actually Zune to be able to actually try and hold point here. Give me a sec to give Nell some feed here. Share my screen.
All right.
Okay, there
Thank
we have
you.
it. Go for it. Okay. If you
Oh my
can
god,
see-
it's so yeah, I can. No worries. All right, thank you for bearing with us. Right now, I'm just looking at the screen, and Zune has just taken out. I can't read the name. Sorry. It's really small.
Give me a sec.
All right.
This time I need
Okay, so Zune taking a bath under the waterfalls, just hopping around, bunny hopping. You know, the Spider-Man tech. But he's gonna use it right now. He's gonna jump in, unlocking the first point probably. And now Dobby on the top side already has Fate of the both world ready to be used if they want to push in.
Yep.
Gen.G
Oh my goodness, and now we see that Dobby able to actually pop the Faith of Both Worlds just to keep everyone alive. This pushes the Rage of Ultron, and we do get pickoffs on the side of the Psylocke here just for them to push more. Rejects really bouncing back here and trying to retake the point. Can they continue on? Another ultimate's gonna get popped with the Meteor M. Gonna be able to get a bit of value, taking out Gnome. So another Vanguard out of the mix. Piggy taking one, not two, and now the retake by Rejects happens, and I hope, Nell, that you can see it better.
No, it's really bad for me. Unfortunately. It's okay, just keep going on. And even my Twitch stream is clearer than this.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
But at least we're pushing for Twitch. That's fine as long as it's good on chat. We're going to keep on going. Snake, why don't you watch in your OBS, then I'll watch this one on mine. So anyway, we do see that Snake is still trying to hold the line here. He does have the Karmic Rebirth, but he can't pop it just yet. Going to wait for the next team fight. And we continue on here as Gen.G slowly building up. Gnome going for the Freedom Charge, and Finale trying to top up here, getting Katie out in the process. But we do see that Snake already popped the Karmic Revival. We keep on going as Finale is able to actually add on to the Elim column. Snake able to revive Meteor M with, Magneto here, but Goddess of Death unable to get anything out, and Finale taking out Brownie in the process, and Fun gets taken out by Dobby. We continue on here as we still focus in on Finale wrecking havoc in and around the map of Krakoa. Rejects holding quite strong. Gargoyle now going for the Elim here. And Finale and Gnome, the tandem here. Gen.G can't even keep up with the Elims happening left and right on Reject's side. Oh my goodness. Again, great start for Gen.G, but right now they got to bite back because 80% is about to be unlocked on this point in Krakoa. We continue on as Brownie tries to find more Elims from the side of this map. And oh, wow, gets an elimination on Finale from afar. And now Brownie still keeping up shop here. Rejects going for, it's at the Rage of Volt. Oh no, actually no, still staying alive. And now Fun able to take out one. Big out on Mocha's side. Dobby forced to go for the Fate of Both Worlds to keep everyone alive, and forced to go for the Invisible Boundary on Dobby's side. Fun still holding strong here, but Rejects trying to hold the point but cannot stay. They choose to back off and give Gen.G a little bit of ground.
Yeah. Can you minimize your application? I can't see your stream. Good.
Sorry, what?
I can't see your stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or should I just... My OBS is still really bad. Can you stream to me?
Give me a sec.
Alright.
Anyone willing to help? What would I need here?
Now, how about now?
Okay, I'm gonna look. Alright, yeah, I think it's good. Okay, guys, so sorry for this loss, but right now it's going to be triggered into overtime. Rage of Ultron is going to be used while the Invisible Boundary by Mocha is going to try and keep the team alive. But right now, Meteor M coming in by Piggy. Let's see if that's going to be able to break the stalemate right here. But now, oh no, Finale! The Dance of the Butterfly is going to be cancelled off by Brownie's headshot. So right now, Gen.G looks to take this, and they will be able to win this first round.
Gen.G did an incredible retake, like you pointed out there. I think it was in the midst of the battle that the overextensions did apply on the side of Rejects. I mean, it's still a back and forth here. We can't call it just yet. There's still map 2 and 3. But now, as I break it down, could you send me your video, please? So when we turn back to the live cam.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a messenger.
Oh, wow. Okay. We're just going to...
Okay.
30 seconds before
All right. But guys, as obvious, growing pains is what we would like to call this. And right now, it seems like Gen.G Esports is in a good position to get this first point out of the encounter. Both teams have managed to push the progress all the way up to 99%. But honestly, I felt like that last minute pop onto Finale as he was using the Dance of the Butterfly was super crucial. And Brownie on the Hela was just... yeah, he did the job last game. But right now, round number 2, mission area unlocks in 26 seconds as we head into Krakoa. Krakoa's point right here. Fun is already on the thing. At least we'll have that bonus armor available to use. But now, initiating lift, probably looking to kidnap someone. Fly, Wolverine, fly! Even to kidnap anyone, and that's it. The haymakers will be it, but the slashing going on, and Magneto, Piggy's gonna go down, but the fate of Wolf will a little bit too slow by Dobby. But at least he'll be able to heal the rest of the teammates. But you know what they say, as they keep pushing forward, Fun with the haymakers gonna take down Finale, and it looks like Gen.G Esports, they are in position to take this first spot. Kadia as well. Rage of Ultron is going to be able to take out the strategist backline. That is Adobe, and right now, control has been lost on the side of Rejects, giving it ultimately to Gen.G Esports.
Yeah, so again, I mean, great start on Reject's side, but it's just they can't hold on. Gen.G able to fight back here. Gnome onto the Captain America is going to try to take flank and try to take point here, but I mean, they need to move as a unit because Gen.G fully warmed up. Gnome can go through that adversity. It's going to start with Finale on the back lines here, but has to be very careful. He can't overextend. Unable to get the KO, but he's going to force out the invisible boundary for them to stay alive. So quite the costly expense, forcing out the Eternal Bond on Snake's side just for them to hold on a little bit more as the team kind of staggers. Finale a little too close to actually getting sent back to the spawn. Now we see that the Wolverine of Brownie is going to wreak havoc, and we're going to continue on. My goodness, sorry about that pause, but we're going to keep going. Yeah,
Exactly.
I got scared there, no?
Yeah, the technical pause right there. But it's okay. Right now, you can see that Gnome on the Captain America just trying to block them off. Right here, the Fearless Leap is going to enable them to get back the point. And thanks to that, they are slowly climbing their way back up with 3 ultimates available to use for the next encounter. Gen.G Esports right here is still, I mean, at least they still have a lot of time for them to build up the ultimates to engage in another team fight. But look at Finale, that stalking assassin right there, looking
oh my
for
gosh,
the strategist, but failing to do so though.
Wow, 3 ultimates gonna get spent on Reject's side and unable to get much out of it. Able to at least take out Dobie, but that's on Zoon's side. So Rejects 3 checks cash, no money in the bank, and now Gen.G looking to retake this point. We do have Gargoyle though with a Kraken impact. That could be the finishing mark. And look at that again and again on the arm, and dangerous. And Rejects still holds strong, Nell.
Gargoyle is a beast on that Winter Soldier, right? And couple that with a Finale that's on the flanking side, they have an unstoppable duo on the side of the duelist, right? This is exactly what you gotta fear from the side of Reject. Gen.G Esports right now, the only real duelist is Brownie.
Yeah.
And he's on the Wolverine. So I don't know, man. Gen.G Esports, I don't know, because right now it feels like you guys have more people on the punching bag side.
True, that is true. Speaking of punching bag side, able to go for the dance of the butterflies with the dancing, what's that, the fate of both worlds. We continue on here. Only Finale able to take out Zoon. Could be the first domino piece. Gets the knock up and also the kidnap on Finale's side. 2 kidnapped, but he's still alive. Psylocke 8 falling down, and we do have Dobie going for the invisible boundary to keep everyone alive. Now we see Gen.G try to go for that retake. Finale on the from the behind. We try and go for the backline, but gets knocked up once again, and finally gets eliminated.
What a play, bouncing Finale up and down like a ragged doll, but right now the action is still going on. You can see that Mocha trying his best to try and heal, give the shield, and then keeping his team alive. But right now the clash is still continuing hard in the beginning. Captain America coming in with the freedom charge, but Brownie doesn't care. He just keeps slashing. He kidnaps Gargoyle. That's huge. He does not have the last time to work with, but it doesn't really matter because right now Gargoyle is going to be taken out by Zoon. Zoon trying to make as much damage as possible. Kadia as well, trying to get rid of those remaining remnants, the last sliver of health. Brownie's gonna take out Piggy as well, and that's it. Gen.G Esports is gonna win this encounter between the both of them.
That was insane amount of utility used on both sides. However, Gen.G still ending up on top, prolonging this game and getting more percentage. Now the repositioning on Reject's side has to be on point here. We do see that Kadia getting so much out of that far-range strategist on Ultron. However, fastball special incoming here. Nell goes for the kidnap. No one there, but it's all good. We still hold strong. Final stand is available. Oh, but we do see a bit of Kraken impact, and now Rage of Ultron to keep everyone alive, along with the fate of both worlds, trying to I get a displacement, but invincible boundary to keep everyone alive, and also the dance of the butterflies onto the backline. Kadia is going very low. Mocha able to take out Brownie, and now a 2-for-1 special on Reject's side.
Finale with a double elims and make that a third elimination by Finale. That's gonna be it. They're gonna clear it. And now on the side of overtime, 99%. Gen.G Esports has no way to touch this point, and it seems like Reject is gonna come back hard in the second round.
Nell, I feel like your prediction might come true. We might go the full 7. If this is the type of energy both these teams are going to bring to the table, we're in for a long night. We're still going to go to the cradle part. This part of the map is really good for flyers. A lot of high grounds you could take, and Kadia on this Ultron has been disgustingly good. However, Rejects, you called it out. They're on that 2-2-2. They don't need an extra strategist. They just rely on Gargoyle along with Finale on just dealing damage, and they trust in Gnome and Piggy to just hold their ground.
Yeah, exactly. These two have been absolutely devastating as a duelist combo, right? And whereas Gen.G Esports, I mean, I know, I get it. They're trying to do their thing where they're trying to bolster their frontline defenses. You can see that they are not relying on dive, right? They don't have Captain America available to use. They don't go for the aggressive frontline Vanguard dive. But they're going more towards the traditional 2-2-2. But now it seems like we're going to see a change of plans.
Right.
And this is where Brownie goes with the Hela. And I like that. I like that a lot.
Hela plus Loki combo is actually a really good res, and Brownie can get his elims on point. The fact that Dotori is able to lock in the Loki, that's definitely a huge win on Gen.G sides when it comes to the picks and bans. But Mocha has been doing gods. We're able to actually get everyone alive and also get really good pushes off to anyone that gets kidnapped. But right now, no Wolverines on point. Forced to go for the Eternal Bond for them to be able to push the point, but now it's going to be responded back with a Meteor M. And able to get anything in the Freedom Charge on Gnome's side just to push past the point here. But it seems like Gen.G is going to take the first point, but not if Rejects have anything to say about it.
Oh my god, Rejects fighting back really, really hard. I mean, they're down one player, but it doesn't really matter. But now Kadia trying to deal so much damage. Rage of Ultron coming in, but it doesn't really matter because Mocha and Dobby has already employed the invisible boundary. Fate of both worlds, trying to keep everyone alive. But right now, Gen.G Esports as well, trying to deal as much damage as possible. Meteor M by Zoon, trying to take out someone. Let's see if he's able to do the LeBron. He'll be able to do it. No, it's Brownie actually clicking from so far away. This guy is a madman. What the hell?
A jump scare of Finale, but Brownie's like, no thank you, sir. That team fight lasted so long, and now they're only able to push the percentage. That was crazy intense. Again, the ultimate's coming so clutch, but Brownie was kind of the difference maker there. From afar, like a mad sniper, able to click heads from coast to coast.
Finale was trying to deal with him, and he just ended up getting clicked in the head, right? So
Yeah.
Brownie, stick to your roots, go back, don't be lazy with your aims, and just go. don't play the melee character anymore for now, and just go back to your roots. Just go play a duelist, range duelist, and that's gonna do the job right here. Right now, though, they are almost halfway at the halfway mark. Gen.G Esports holding on to the point, while Gargoyle is slowly building his way up towards the last point, the Kraken impact. But now Dotori.
Okay,
God of Mischief?
Yeah, God of Mischief. I don't know what he actually used. He's still holding on to it. Let's see what he's actually going to cash in, because there's not much action happening. But we do see that he already popped it, but we are still focused on Brownie on the backlines here. Like you said, Nell, he's going to focus on range, and that's what he's going to do best. So I guess the God of Mischief was used early on, and now we see the Freedom Charge try to push past the point here against Brownie, but that's going to force the Meteor M, and we have the Goddess of Death on Brownie's side, and able to try and go and get some dunks, but we do have to dance with the butterflies. However, unable to get much value out of it. It's Brownie that's taking out people left and right.
Triple elimination by Brownie on the Goddess of Death. So much value coming out of that ultimate itself. And looks like Gen.G Esports is at 90%. Reject, you gotta rely on Piggy's Desperation Portal. If that is gonna happen right here, you're gonna have to do it right now because it's already at 97%, 98%, 99%. The portal's gonna open. They're gonna touch it. Overtime's gonna be up. Right now, this is the final battle for Rejects in order to retake the position. But right now, the Wolverine as well. The Gnome is so low. But Zoom already has Meteor M ready! And now he's gonna dunk it onto Dobby! trying to take down finale. That's going to be a 4v6 in favor of Gen.G Esports, taking them down one by one. But no,
No, he's clapping back here. He's trying to fight back, but now Gargoyle with the Wolverine. What a kidnap! What a last stand! But he gets eliminated as he tries to continue on. Dotori with the backstabs for them to retake this point and recontest. Gen.G take the first game.
Brownie too strong. That's what I can conclude from that. When you put him on a DPS, on a duelist, a ranged duelist, that's what he's gonna do. And thanks to the Loki that's available to them too, because they think, yeah, we have a Winter Soldier. You pick Loki, we're gonna counter you. And with Kadia on the Ultron, that was more than enough damage to look at that, 100% on that point, and Rejects wasn't able to grab even much of that point at all.
Yeah, they slowly built that momentum, and you slowly start to see the wheels kind of turn in the second round to Gen.G's favor. But my goodness, that was kind of a shutdown. The way that they were able to force Gargoyle into like a Wolverine just to get some displacements going. They kind of actually went past, they didn't go with Bucky anymore, and they went with more of like a brawl type thing. But it was really how Brownie was able to just deal damage from afar, and also Katie as well. So still sticking to the 2-2-2 might be the keys to victory on Gen.G's side.
Yeah, and Dio, congratulations on the 15k points. Can you transfer some to me?
Seems like, well, standard fare for the first bans, not allowing the Magneto or the Emma Frost on either teams.
Yeah, ban the Magneto, save the Magneto, and that's probably going to be what's going on with Rejects as well. Ban the Emma and probably, sorry, Gen.G. Ban Emma and then ban the Loki and probably save up the Emma.
Yeah, that's usually how things go here. Whatever you ban, okay, we'll be able to lock it in. And I think Rejects banning out the Loki, allowing the Loki to actually come through in the first round really helped their team stay alive and kind of just be an anti-dive for the side of Rejects. So just getting rid of the Loki, it's pretty much standard fare on Gen.G's side as well, and also the Mantis on both sides.
Yeah. At least if they really want to, they could still go with, they could still pick Adam Warlock, right? Even without the team up, he's still very strong, bringing his teammates back to the battleground. That can definitely be doable. But right now, the Punisher is going to be banned. I like this very much because we've seen how many times Kadia on the Punisher has shred through the shield, especially when they're trying to hold on to the convoy. It's like easy target. Everyone's standing there, right? They want to hold on to the point.
Especially on this map, especially when he was able to pop it during that ramp or that slope part, unlocking the second checkpoint. But very interesting that Rejects choose to lock in the Strange while we have an Ultron and Magneto tandem on Gen.G Esports side, and no usage of the Iron Man, so at least they won't have that synergy.
Yeah, no synergy. That's going to help a little bit more, especially because that's going to boost the Ultron's damage even further, right? But right now, it seems like Brownie's going to go back to playing the Wolverine.
Ooh.
Brownie... Brownie. I mean, it's good.
I got my channel points on you, bro. Come on.
But if they really run, a Penny in this composition, then yeah, sure, why not? Wolverine would be pretty good. We're pretty sick in holding on to, like, just keeping them in the spawn point, right? That could be a thing or two they could do.
Maybe.
But right now, yeah.
I'd say maybe at the start, Wolverine would be good, just so that can go guns blazing out the gate. And then switch to that far range duelist that you want, which again is hella cooked so hard, chat. So if you see that and it works, don't change things up, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it unless it's really broken in the game and you have to change up the meta.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like driving a Toyota car. Drive it until its wheels fall off.
There you go. There you go. And Kadia onto the Squirrel Girl just to make sure he's going to be able to get everyone out of that small room, because they do have that Penny Nest and also the Rocket Raccoon tandem. Oh my goodness, the displacement enabling. But BRB though.
Oh, that's going to keep him up alive, but he doesn't have. Oh, he's going to have that Spider Nest available again. But, you know, that one kidnap, he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna fall for that anymore. But the Squirrel Girl pays so much dividend here, because look at that, look at the Squirrel Nuts. Oh,
Oh, a beautiful Squirrel Tsunami here, able to take out Gnome. And now we do see a pickoff onto the Penny. So let's see if they're still going to use it. No BRB ready. Piggy's going to get eliminated as well. At least Gnome has the portal to work with. However, are we going to see a switch up on the side of Finale? It seems like they're still going to hold on, but a switch up on Kadia's side, though. I think this is good. Brownie is actually going to go with the Storm now, so at least we can breathe a sigh of relief there.
Yeah, I think that point was so important because Squirrel Girl is just so good against enemy that comes up and it destroys the nest as well. But now Eternal Bond is going to be unleashed by Dobby, just trying to keep the team in the heal vicinity. But the backlines, they got to be really careful. Snake, Piggy has taken out Zune. That's a good thing coming in. But Omega Hurricane coming in by Brownie. Needs to be very careful. For the side of Rejects, they got to focus fire onto the Storm as she does the Omega Hurricane because that's going to take her out of the ultimate as well. Look at how well they survive against that ultimate.
And I would give kudos to Gargoyle popping the Sia to just give everyone a boost. But now an Eye of Agamotto from up above, still staying alive. But we see that Fun trying to get some elims here, but the strategist just keeping everyone alive. Finale is so low. Does have Spider Time on the table just to add more, and also the Psionic Seduction just to be able to clean up shop. Gargoyle able to revive Mocha into this is so big, but Kadia's Rage of Ultron could be the finishing blow they could get for Rejects defenses to fall. They still all remain alive while Brownie pops another Omega Hurricane, forcing Dobby and Gargoyle to pop their support ultimates.
Oh my goodness. This is definitely what they're looking for. But unfortunately, Mocha, Finale, they'll be able to get the better end out of the exchange. And it looks like Rejects, so far, is paying off. They're still able to defend this point with only less than 1 minute and a half. Around 1 minute and a half left.
True.
So far, so good.
Yeah, Finale is still sticking to this Penny. The cart hasn't moved so far, so Herbie's still in this area. However, the nest does get cleaned up a little bit, and now Brownie slowly building up that ultimate. Nell, in the past 2 minutes, he was able to build up the Omega Hurricane, but right now, Rejects forced to face the Finale here, but the BRB able to keep everyone alive, though.
Oh no, the Eye of Agamotto is going to crowd control so many on the side of Gen.G Esports, and that's going to be the downfall of 3 of the members. Brown is gone, Zune, Fun, they're all gone, and only 16 seconds remaining. Galacta tries to remind Gen.G of the time limit right there, but now it's Kadia onto the Wolverine, probably going to kidnap that pesky little Penny right there, or even Gnome, because right now they're going for the triple Vanguard, triple strategist lineup. So yeah, this is definitely what they can do.
Unable to get anything out of it yet. You can't say on those Penny nests. They're taking up so much space from the bottom here, and now they're forced to actually approach from the ground here. Snake trying to keep everyone alive, but final seconds is gonna actually Snake taking out Gnome. That is gonna be big. They aren't able to get the BRB, and now Finale has fallen as well as Piggy, forced to go for the Sia to keep everyone alive. It is Gnome that actually did benefit on the BRB, but can they still continue on here as Snake takes out Gnome as a strategist? My goodness, Gen.G stay alive, and they're pushing the cart.
Exactly. With 3 seconds on the clock, it's overtime. They know that they do not have a portal. Does Gnome have a portal? Because otherwise they could have just stopped, forcing them into a halt point, and that's where things get interesting right here. Portal coming in. They gotta be careful right here. They do have Psionic Seduction to deal with it, but now the Omega Hurricane onto the back lines.
Okay, trying to hunt down the back lines. Piggy so low. Dobby's gonna try to stay alive. Finale does have Spider Time, but we do have the the Fatal World's being shut down. Eye of Agamotto. My goodness, I'm losing my English here, but Gnome's still gonna stay on point, and Gargoyle back on to the Psylocke to get the elims. Everyone is down, and Rejects hold point. They deny them from claiming a point here at Midtown. The Penny. Oh my God, Blaze Raven was right all along, Chad.
Exactly. The Penny factor coming in so well right here. And honestly, Gen.G probably should have seen this coming, because Reject did this against Crazy Raccoons, and Crazy Raccoons did this against Gen.G. So Gen.G Esports, clearly this is not the scenario they're hoping for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they have the composition to make this whole work. Because I don't see anyone playing Penny on the side of Gen.G Esports.
True. My gosh, the Penny prophecies, as Multitude said, is true. We were like teasing Penny all the way. We're like, trust. playoffs or the finals, we're going to see a penny. And that penny cooked like crazy. However, it is rejects now that have to push. And it seems like, I don't know if they're going to stick to the Spider-Man. We just have to wait and see. But Gen.G, like you said, they are not going with a hunker down strategy. They're going to go with a triple strategy. And Brownie is on that Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, they're just repeating what has happened. Actually, they're not. It's not even a triple Vanguard, right? Because Brownie is considered a duelist, right? So Brownie, as long as they run this, if he can kidnap, but that's if he can kidnap the Emma Frost or even the Doctor Strange, that would be really great. But right now, it seems like, look, the difference between the playstyle of both. They're not even pressuring the front line, see?
Piggy knows. Actually, Zoon's going to try to go for a flank here. And we do see that Finale is going to try to add more damage, but he can't stay on too long on the side. But let's see.
All right, coming in. Okay. He almost got took out in the process of trying to engage Zoon, right? But Finale, back to full health. He's going to try and flank at the very side. But remember, guys, this distance is very, very short, and they do have 3.5 minutes to push forward.
Yeah, they got time to work here. Fun trying to hold the cart, hold the objective here. But with Emma Frost, it's so hard because you got to stay away from those crystals that she pulls out of you. So Fun's going to give a little bit of ground, forcing, I would say, Zoon to try and disrupt the backlines. While Kadia still holding strong, eye in the sky here, but I mean, it's slowly moving now. Like you said, Fun taking out Finale to start things up, but they can respawn right away. It's totally fine. But Rejects can't afford to like just wait and for Rejects to kind of set up and get their ultimates on the ground here.
Yeah, they just gotta slowly build up their ultimates, and hopefully they'll be able to use it in a trade-off against Gen.G Esports. But right now, Gen.G Esports, this is not exactly the composition you can use to hold a point. You know what I mean? This is not exactly the composition you can use to hold a point. Not to mention the point, the distance is so short. But we'll see. We'll see what Gen.G Esports will be able to make. Because right now, the back lines, Rage of Ultron coming online.
Okay, Zoon, we're shifting sides here. The Meteor M actually taking out Dobby, Snake, and Gargoyle. So they definitely hold up shop here. However, at the cost of the objective moving a little further. So kind of flirting with disaster here now. I agree that when it comes to holding point, this team doesn't scream it, but maybe they're cooking something up here just to add more value here. Brownie onto the displacement of the Wolverine as they still try to force this 2-2-2 composition to happen. Rejects now try to go for a retake of the objective.
Yeah, trying to retake the objective. Plenty of time available for Rejects. 2 minutes on the clock. They can definitely do it if they really win this one team fight, right? But right now, the Wolverine, super vicious, right? This Wolverine is hungry for a kidnap. That's going to be the end of Gnome. And Brownie returning to the battleground. The fate of both worlds by Mocha, unfortunately unable to save in that crucial moment. But look at the Wolverine. Piggy needs to use.
True, and now we see that Dotori taking out Dolby in the process. Gnome gonna try to get back to point, but Zoon's doing a great job changing elevations, going for the strikes. But we do see Freedom Charges gonna be ready. Gargoyle gonna check his corners here to see if there is a Captain America trying to set up that flank. So far, so good on the defensive side, but now Finale trying to make sure it's a 2v1 with Gnome being able to push the charge here. And now Kadia forcing the Rage of Voltron. Gnome trying to go 1v1, taking out Snake and trying to take out the backline. And we do have the support of Wolverine and the Rage of Voltron to keep everyone alive. We have also Gnome forcing out the Freedom Charge to keep everyone alive on his team.
Wow, and a leaping, fearless leap onto the back as well, just trying to dive into the backgrounds. But now Dobby, oh, wait a minute, Fun with the Meteor M. Oh, he's not gonna get, he's gonna get Gnome, but unfortunately Finale is gonna finish him off with the Dance of the Butterfly and also taking out Kadia in the process. 30 seconds on the clock. The distance is so very close. Gen.G Esports, Fun needs to come back with the Desperation Portal. Right now, the portal, someone needs to touch.
Oh my god! They staggered! Fun has to be the one to touch, but they're unable to do so! And Rejects just like that, from a successful defense to a successful attack side, they take Midtown.
What a play by Rejects and Dio. Wow, you guys gotta listen to Dio.
Dio sees the future, ladies and gentlemen. Zawardo on Dio's side to be able to take that. But Finale on this Psylocke really did the work. And now let's bring it back to that point, because that team composition didn't really scream, okay, we got to hold ground. It actually allowed them to turn that first corner in Midtown that kind of gave a lot more pressure because you got a flyer, you got mobility, but they didn't have that penny. They didn't have anyone to kind of hold ground on the side of defense for Gen.G.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate because it felt like it was a stumbling block for Gen.G. Like they should have known. I think everyone, most of us, we can already see that this comm is definitely not going to hold on much longer because of the overwhelming assault. And as a strategist main, it's just difficult when people flank you out of nowhere.
It's just like everywhere. It's like, at least with the tried and tested maps like Idrisil, even Halajala as well. Like, you kind of know where to look. But man, Krakoa is just like everywhere, especially in domination. But right now, double mag bans on the side of Rejects and Gen.G, and probably going to be double Emma locks on both sides.
Yeah, seems like they're going to go with the same bans and locks right there, the saves as well. So yeah, not too bad coming in. I mean, after all, Emma Frost has been proven to be really, really good on the front lines, canceling out the ultimates, silencing the opponent's ultimates. That's going to be a key factor in winning team fights as well. So right now,
wow,
saving the Captain America.
Interesting. Gnome was really good with this. Again, this is... They're on the defensive side, so not sure if they're going to use this Captain America for attack or defense. But what I can see right now are the challenge points closing in. We still got a lot of faith in Gen.G. 72% on Gen.G, while 28% on Reject's side. It's actually... Oh, the prediction lines are kind of changing, but 15 did predict for Gen.G, and 14 did predict for Reject. So we'll still see. I'll keep you guys posted on those prediction lines in just a bit, because right now, it seems like Gen.G really want to force Ultron into the lock here.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of predictions onto Gen.G though. That's a lot, right?
Yeah. I guess they're like, yo, it's all good. It's just a stumbling block. It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah. But yeah, the ban onto the Luna will be super crucial as well, right? Since they now both have access to not only Emma, but the Magneto as well. Although it seemed like Reject is probably going to emphasize onto the Captain America Emma pick.
So just to round up, both Magnetos have been banned, as well as Loki, Mantis as well, and just to shift up on Luna and the Psylocke. But like chat said, Gen.G do love them, they're Ultrons. And in this map too, they're especially on once you unlock the first checkpoint as you're climbing up the hill or the ramp area, Ultron is really valuable there. So the fact that they were able to eliminate Psylocke, Rejects was able to eliminate Psylocke on Gen.G's side, they might be forced to go for another flanker duelist.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be enough for them to fight back in this team. We're talking about Gen.G, of course, but Rejects looking pretty good so far with the ban picks. Right now, coming into this map, we've talked about how this map can be a little bit annoying, especially when the opponent's spawn can be from the very
spawning at
beginning.
me. I'm talking on my behalf. I'm pretty sure with this one, it's just more of like them really forcing one spot to come out from. There's technically 3, right? You can go up the hallway, or you can actually spawn into the room up above on the left side, or you can go all the way to the right and try and go to that small space. So 3 ways to go about it, but right now it seems like Gen.G will be on the attacker side, as Katie and Brownie will be eyes in the sky with Johnny Storm and the Ultron.
Yeah, let's hope that they will be able to defend. Rejects right here has around less than 4 minutes to defend right here, but Johnny Storm, we know that the poke coming in from the Storm, from the Johnny Storm is going to be really annoying, right? Especially when they are cluttered up on the high ground. So forcing that to go down.
Yeah.
And finale, Punisher available for use. Hopefully that's going to be enough firepower that they need.
Look at that hit scan, able to hit him all the way from afar there, forced to actually make him reposition and get a health pack. But right now we do see that Zune is on a point here, trying to just disrupt everything. But Snake, oh wait, we do see Gnome trying to just displace the strategists here as they're actually being chased away. Could this leave an opening? Fun actually gets taken out of the process, and we're gonna see a Captain America Zune just try to get healed up here. So the first take was not successful. At least it wasn't a team wipe.
Yeah, wasn't a team wide, they can still regroup and just come back, just gauge, just just try and create distractions from the back lines, right? Finale though, oh my god, he's hot on tails onto the Johnny Storm. But right now, the Human Torch has found himself safely away. But now the portal coming in, and that's gonna bring them all back into this area. But no, they're getting pushed. They're getting pushed so hard.
They are. Oh, and finally some falls on the side of Gen.G, but a trade-off on Finale's side. We have 2 checks to cash in for Reject's side. Mocha as well, so we have some ultimates for Rejects to actually cash in to hold this point strong. They haven't unlocked anything yet, Nell, and it's about to be halfway through the 4-minute mark.
Yeah, they're so good when it comes to defending, right?
Yep.
I'm talking about rejects, right? And not to mention, they still managed to save both their support utility ultimates, right? So Eternal Bond will be available, everything will be available, even Invisible Boundary. But now Zune on the Venom, he's like, enough! I'm gonna go with the Lethal Protector. Oh my goodness. He's gonna keep running away. It doesn't really matter, but the Psionic Seduction coming in, trying to silence everyone. Dotori is going to go down, unfortunately.
Now we continue on here. The Psionic Seduction giving so much return in how he was able to use that. And Gargoyle takes out Fun, forcing him back to spawn. So now Zune can't go alone. He's got to go with his fellow Vanguards here. So good defense on the side of Rejects. Brownie's going to try to go 1v1 here. Able to actually take out Finale. But him being actually overextended here is able to stagger a little bit, and now he's going to be able to join the fight and create sort of a crossfire as they try to retake this next point, but still no unlocks yet. It just takes one. Once they're able to win one team fight, they can get this Bass going, and going for the support, actually going for the supports here, and all going for an Omega Hurricane to just try and keep everyone alive, and now an Eye of Agamotto, but Brownie takes out Dobie.
Oh my goodness, one strategy's gone. Let's see if that's gonna be the difference maker that they need. But Finale on the final judgment. No, Kadia taking out people from the side. It's like, yeah, you think Brownie's the only one that can click head? I can do that as well. And let's not forget that Kadia is also a hardcore dedicated duelist. And now it looks like they will be unable to unlock the point. At least it's already 2/3 through.
Okay, Piggy actually forced the Trutch point just to delay them from unlocking it. No ultimates, only on Fun's side. And now we see Gargoyle is going to take one out of... Katie is going to take out Gargoyle, and the Psionic Seduction just to add more of the damage here just for them to get off point. So successful take on Gen.G's side.
Yeah, the offense is real coming out from Gen.G, right? Both sides, both duelists, the Hela, and of course the Human Torch. They've been dealing so much damage from the get-go, and not to mention Kadia just clicking heads. This is why Hela should be feared in this situation. But right now, Rejects, they can still defend this. They only have to defend it for around 2 minutes 20 seconds. So let's see if Rejects will be able to defend the march of Gen.G, and it seems like they'll be able to hold on a little bit more.
They seem like they're doing it with flyers, so they're gonna battle it out here with the the Hela can still click heads, but at least the Johnny Storm here has to look above, because Finale is gonna try and focus fire with that Unibeam. And also Jarvis, be careful, because now we got a clippable moment if he's able to use this Plasma Beam. And now we do see the Hell unleashed by the Goddess of Death, and the focus fire just to get her out of this Goddess of Death, able to actually get it. And now we go for an Eye of Agamotto, and it's Finale to take out Fun to be the first one to fall for Gen.G.
What a play! Just the trade-offs as well, but Dotori is going to come in with the Fatal Footballs, and this is going to heal a little bit more, but it doesn't really matter because they'll be able to reset it at the point. Rejects still able to defend this point. Just gotta slowly retreat because now the health are going a little bit low down forward. Gnome has no Eye of Agamotto, but now Supernova coming in by Brownie. Let's see how much damage he can inflict on the point as well. But Gargoyle on the Ultron is gonna be trying and left click from the side. Rage of Ultron.
Forcing out the invisible boundary. So nice retaliation and response on Gen.G's side. Tries to go for Feast of the Abyss, but everyone's still staying alive. No, not quite. Gnome and Finale do fall in the hands of Kadia. We're going to still try to see Gargoyle survive this. And now Kadia going back. Dotori taking out Gargoyle as he tries to go away. And Gen.G still holding strong as they push Bass to this first checkpoint.
Yeah. Nicely done. At least they'll be able to secure this in due time, but it's only 0.97 meters gone. Psionic Seduction is going to be used. Fun, trying to maintain that front line while silencing the ultimate of the opponents, and it seems like that's going to buy a little bit more time for Gen.G in order to push forward. But right now,
Oh, Goddess of Death able to take out Piggy and Dobby as well. So much being taken out of the table courtesy of Cadia, and just like that, the Hella switch now really shows the difference in how Gen.G approached this matchup.
That's the dangerous part about Gen.G. Anyone can play Duelist so efficiently. Give Hella, you think Brownie's the only one that can do it? Cadia can do it. And if XZ is unbenched, he will be able to do it as well. So this is the danger coming in, right? Everyone's super good and adapt at Duelist form, the range form. But now look at the 1v1 going on. Venom versus Captain America. I have not read this in the comic books, but it looks like we do not know the outcome just yet.
Not yet, because it seems like Azun just going to get that health pack, forced to join the fight here and try to go for a snare onto the supports. Nice push on the side of Rejects to just push away. 60 seconds left on the clock for them to push Bass to get that 3-point gain. Brownie using the real estate to his advantage, using cover, and now he does have the Supernova to counter the Freedom Charge being used by No. Getting dangerously low, but he still stays alive now.
Staying alive, and the bonus armor click thanks to the Invisible Woman. That's going to keep him alive as well. But now Dotori on the fate of both worlds is going to try and keep his teammates alive. But the Psionic Seduction coming in from Piggy, hopefully trying to silence and crack. Oh, fortunately, that's gonna be the click that they need. Gargoyle down, Mocha down. And right now, it's a battle to determine the final push. Brownie, unrelenting, just pushing forward. Zune at the front lines, and Fun as well, going through the fog, being like, I don't care, I don't have vision, but I do have the faith. I have that blind faith to move forward and guard the convoy with my life. So Bass moving forward right now. Captain America trying to dive from the sides, but 1 second left. Overtime's going to be triggered punch.
Oh my god, and Psionic Seduction as well as Invisible Boundary to counter it. We still have a desperate attempt for Rejects to try to hold this point, but it seems like we're going to start with a Gargoyle, a Rage of Ultron, but he gets eliminated. No, taking out Cadia though. They're going back to spawn, and Zune taking out Finale too, so that Rejects sending back to the spawn. Could this be Gen.G's last attempt to try and go for that 3 points? We see Zune trying to just hunker down the strategists here to focus fire onto each other, while we see the Duelists try to hold up shop as Bass tries to get to the pulse. Oh my goodness, Maximum Pulse gets denied!
What a play! Denying that Maximum Pulse, that would have been such a deal breaker, but now Feast of the Abyss is gonna try and secure more deaths. The bonus help is going to help a little bit more, but now 5v6 Dobby with the Eternal Bonds is going to try and keep the area safe for his teammates, but I don't think it really matters because Goddess of Death, everything is being thrown by Gen.G. The Supernova, the Invisible Boundary, and now it looks like Gen.G is going to get the better out of the exchange. Everyone is falling one by one on the side of Rejects, and Gen.G is going to go the full 3 points.
No, they cashed in all their checks there. That was 3 ultimates. Invisible Boundary, Goddess of Death, and Supernova. I mean, kudos to Rejects trying to hold their ground, but when Gen.G figured out the strategy to bring Cadia onto the Hella, Rejects tried to respond going Flyers, but that just added more focus fire for Cadia, and maybe Rejects might not want to force that out of Cadia because he is insane with that, alongside with Brownie onto the Johnny Storm.
Yeah, I mean, the damage output coming from Cadia and Brownie, right? It's just too much to deal with, and Zune was also very comfortable.
The Zune will haunt you guys with how well he was able to just pick off the back lines and just make sure that he received all the LOS and received all the heat that he was trying to take away from his main duelist. So again, Zune, you know, he tried going to Captain America. It didn't work. We're seeing a lot more adjustments on Gen.G's side. It was the Venom to actually be able to hunker down and hold their ground to push Bast towards that 3 points.
Yeah, and now it's the turn of Gen.G Esports to defend. Rejects will be the one to push forward, and you can see that the lineups are pretty much identical, with the exception of Storm going up against Hella. So Hella is just super lethal against Flyers, right? So Gargoyle needs to be very careful not to be engaged. Oh, the portal coming in, wasting no time.
Okay, portal onto the far right side. But now this gets a bit of displacement, but they are actually at the center of focus fire here. So Kadia still holding his ground. Got to be very careful. And also Zoon's going to get ready for him to be able to go for a dive strike. So already, just like clockwork, Zoon able to actually get a lot of displacement while we see Kadia try to pepper up the front lines here.
How is no one dying yet? That was so dangerously low on the side of rejects at one point. But look, the Hela needs to be really careful. Needs to hide behind terrains as much as possible. But now it seems like the focus is on to Hela. It's on to Kadia. Got to be really careful. The heals are going to come through. But Mocha already has invisible boundary ready to use. Zoon! Oh no, he did not get out in time.
Oh my god. Wow, so just like that, they're able to unlock the point here now with so much time left onto the clock, and they're not going to waste any time. They're going to claim some ground here. Piggy positioning himself early on here for Bass to start climbing up this hill.
Yeah, climbing up this hill, they're going to unlock it in pretty fast manner as well. 5 minutes, plenty of time on the clock. Oh, what's going on? He's like, hi, I'm here. Are you trying to shoot me? No, you're not, right?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out where that's coming from. Zoon going to set up a dive flank here, but man, the moving Punisher here, unable to. I mean, that was an excellent, what's that, portal in, but now back to the action here, forcing the Eternal Bond, Feast of the Abyss right away. Gonna get a choke slam here. Zoon needs to get out of there before he does get eliminated, so it's gonna be right away. Brownie just focusing fire from so far away. Finale's gonna have to focus onto this this Johnny Storm.
Yeah, we gotta. But now the final judgment coming out from Finale. Finale! Is he gonna be able to shred through the shields? Brownie just trying to hide behind the terrains while all shields are gonna be used. Zoon's gonna go down though, but Gargoyle, Omega Hurricane coming in. Notorious Fate of both worlds. I wonder if that's gonna be enough to hold the point.
And now look at that, Goddess of Death. It's gonna get nullified by the shield of Doctor Strange. And we see Storm slowly picking away. Gnome able to take out Kadia. And now they're halfway through the second checkpoint. They're gonna continue to push on here now.
Yeah, and with a lot of time left on the clock as well, it seems like Gen.G Esports, they're gonna switch Kadia off Hela, and they realize that Wolverine might be the choice that they need to take out either the Emma, Frost, or Doctor Strange. But right now, this point is so close. Gen.G is going to hold them off here. Hopefully this is going to be the case. But right now, the kidnap's going to happen.
Whoa! Okay, good switch up there. The Psionic Seduction able to actually be popped already, but it was the kidnap for them to be able to hold shop here. So good adjustments on the side of Gen.G. However, Rejects, how will they respond? They're still sticking to the same type of lineup, but they are able to actually hold up a crossfire here. Oh, we see the high grounds being claimed by Rejects from that Doctor Strange portal.
Yeah, Doctor Strange portal is going to come in just in order to hold on. But no, Piggy's going to go down, and now Dobby is forced to use the Eternal Bonds just to keep them alive a little bit more. But Finale has no ultimates to work with. A little bit more, that's going to be the case. But now Dobby, fortunately, going to be able to take out Dotori. The strategist of Gen.G Esports is going to be 5v5. The Eye of Agamotto, the crowd control, Dobby. Wow.
The strategist that chooses violence fades away, puts a right click down. We continue on just to heal up, but what's that back and forth we go towards? I mean, that was what's that team fight, but now final judgment just for them to push away from the point here. Now we see Zoon trying to go for a dive strike here, as well as the Feast of the Abyss. Piggy taking out Fun, Gargoyle taking out Brownie, and we do see that it will be a team wipe in favor of Rejects, forcing out the fate of both worlds on Dotori's side just so that they can hold on.
Yeah, just a little bit. Like, if the fate of both worlds came in earlier, Zoon and Fun wouldn't have died, right? Would have been eliminated, and that was the key point actually. So right now, it feels like Gen.G is panicking a little bit, I think, because of the mistimed use of the support ultimate, right?
Right.
And now they have nothing. They don't have any more ultimates to work with in order to stop the advances of Reject. But this point is a really good choke point for Gen.G. But with the Punisher turret, it's so hard though to defend.
Yeah, I think Zoon's gonna have to dive strike his way to try and create some displacement. We do see Mocha taking out Gnome though as we switch cams here. And like you said, yeah, the Punisher turret just doing a lot of value for Bass to move forward and try to get to the Hall of Jala. And now we see a bit of a switch up coming out here. Dobie now onto I'm still holding on here. My apologies. It's Kadia that switched up to the Iron Man. So maybe this Iron Man could be the difference maker for Gen.G as they try and hold up here now.
Yeah, this point is super important, right? Maybe that's the Unibeam that is useful to take out the shield. Dobby has Eternal Bonds to work with in case things go south. But right now, it seems like it's doing pretty good so far. Rejects so close. Kadia is probably like, I'm just finding an opportunity to use my pulse cannon. And that's what he's looking for.
Okay, starting it out and forcing out the invisible boundary. Maximum pulse, looking at if anyone's gonna get eliminated. No one is gonna get eliminated on the side of Rejects. They gotta refocus here, but look, there's so much check marks on Rejects' side. They can actually continue on here. Eternal Bond being used to push past here. Kadia is gonna try and focus attention here, and we see that the final judgment's gonna be used on Finale's side to focus fire here. They do have a bit of support also to work with, but Mocha takes out Kadia, forcing out the dance-off to happen on Dottori's side. So final attempt to defend here on Gen.G's side.
Yeah, Gen.G, they're struggling to keep this point up, but no. Plenty of time. Rejects 1 minute more. Omega Hurricane by Gargoyle, but Kadia trying to melt down the pesky Gargoyle, and he's going to be able to do it. And now Kadia able to get a double elimination. The Unibeam doing so much work, make that a triple elimination onto Gnome.
Wow.
And somehow Gen.G is holding on to the point.
That's crazy. That was just by the sliver of their teeth. They were able to hold at the final inches, the final millimeters for them to push past that point. And it was all due to Kadia's Unibeam. So slowly focusing fire. Now they gotta walk all the way back and use up all their cooldowns to be able to get to that spot. And it is only Kadia that has an ultimate.
Yeah, but Rejects doesn't have ultimates too, right?
Exactly.
So with less than 1 minute left on the clock, this is Rejects' final push. Whoever wins this is going to win it because they don't have any more portals, so to speak. But right now, has to be really careful. Zoon, if he dies, then the front line is going to crumble pretty much, right?
Yep.
So Kadia here with the Unibeam has a pulse cannon to work with. Is he going to use it? He's going to use it. Pulse cannon!
He's gonna get into the mix here, waiting for that invisible boundary, but we do see Fun taking out Gnome. Now a lot of checks on Reject's side. However, they are down one Vanguard. Fun gonna try to push. It's about to be the final seconds here. They have to touch point because Gen.G is slowly and surely fading away. Fun gets eliminated by Piggy, and now Mocha with the invisible boundary. Final judgment's gonna be used. Kadia out of the mix here. They don't have a pulse cannon. Soon he's gonna get eliminated as well. Overtime is gonna be worked on. And now they're going to try to focus fire for them not to even touch point here now.
My goodness, so close to overtime. No one's going to be able to touch it in Finale. Thanks to Finale's Punisher, they are going to equalize this point. 3-3. What a game, Punch.
This is only game number 3, and they both put overtime on the table. Now they got to push. It's a matter of distance. Who is going to go all the way here at Hall of Jala? When we talked about a grand finale or a grand finals, we thought it was going to be neck and neck. I didn't think it would be this neck and neck. Rejects and Gen.G fighting for their lives to claim the prize or claim the title of the first ever Marvel Rivals Ignite for Asia, and really pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, this is such a cinema, right? I just have to say. And I don't know, but the Iron Man was holding on to the ultimate for a little bit too long. I thought Kadia would have fired the shot way earlier than that.
Jarvis was ready.
Yeah.
Jarvis was ready to clip it, but unfortunately unable to get that. Got the pick-offs on the side. And Rejects, I would have to say, did so well in defending. So now Gen.G maybe, I like the fact that Kadia's on the Hela because that's what kind of opened up the defenses of Rejects' side. So 1 minute on each clock as we push past that.
Yeah, this is going to be hard. Yeah, they need someone that can stay on the convoy for a very, very long time. The immovable spot, right? Right.
Oh, Oh my god, they
Wait,
portal
wait,
straight
wait.
into it, forcing them back to spawn. An aggressive start on the side of Rejects, but Piggy gets taken out in the process. So they gambled it all there. So that actually takes out the spawn, the portal play of Gen.G's side. And now they are going to just try and hold up shop here. Brownie setting up a crossfire here.
Crossfire. Yeah, that was such important measure to use, right? Because now they gotta reach this point by foot, right? Brownie coming in, okay, it's fine. They are more than ready in order to unlock this point. The focus fire coming in. Oh no, Nom's gonna be taken out, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I feel like they gambled a lot into that strategy, and Gen.G's definitely punishing them. Still holding true here is one hero on the team of Rejects, but the Tori keeping everyone alive, forcing out the overtime, which is great. So now they're focusing fire and keeping this one Vanguard alive. Gnome forced to go for the Venom to try and get some displacement, and now Eternal Bond. Kadia gets chokeslammed and gets eliminated. Gen.G slowly falling. Oh, they were able to get the point. Oh my god, they forced them out of the point now.
Oh my goodness. The capture progress was 95.50%. But even if they did unlock the point, no one was able to stay on it after that. So, Reject, what a defense coming in. My goodness.
Someone get Penny. Someone get Penny.
Penny Parker.
Hold
come on.
point. Someone hold point here. It is going to be Gen.G now on the defense. And I did say Rejects did try to gamble it all into that strategy. And you know what? It was like throwing everything in the kitchen sink with that start. Just deny the portal play. So at least they had to walk towards that point, and it did quite work out. Now it's Rejects that have to be the one to attack the point.
Let's see. Reject, hopefully. I mean, they gotta cancel out Gnome's portal, right? Because Gnome is definitely gonna come in for a portal.
Yeah.
So Gen.G Esports, maybe they could do something right there.
I see Rejects. Well, you know what would be crazy? If we have a lot of push and pull heroes, I want to see a Spider-Man. I want to see those crazy plays just to get these Rejects off the point. But you're right.
Yeah.
I think Gnome has to be very careful with that portal play. They might try and deny that from happening. So, again, 60 seconds on the clock, chat. Let's count it down.
All right, let's see. 1 minute on the clock, like what you mentioned, but they are going to freely go through. Oh, are they taking the fight towards them?
Yeah, they're taking the fight towards them because they don't want them to touch points. So now it seems like a tough spot for them to be at. They're still holding strong. Actually, they're going to try to walk it down. They tried to invest it all on that one spot, and now they're actually here on point now.
Oh my goodness, that didn't really do anything. Brownie needs to be really careful. Kadia is almost down as well. The healing coming in is super crucial. No one has ultimate just yet. But the pull from the high point, that's really good.
Oh!
And now...
So close! Oh, but staying alive now. That was crazy. But now they're slowly but surely pushing past the point. Yo, Gen.G, y'all got a hold point here. It's so close. At least they're able to stop here. But Gnome, Gargoyle taking out Fun and Zoom. So now it's going back and forth. Eternal Bond is going to be used. And there you have it. Rejects win the overtime.
My God, that was such a good play. Rejects showing that they can come on top, and all of a sudden, Podge. Rejects 2-1 against Gen.G.
2-1, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, how are your channel points doing? Let us know in the chat. Again, we talked about it. It could go the full 7. It's still not anyone's game. I feel like Gen.G was just so close. It's just a matter of just minute details. It's a battle of inches. It's just, it really comes down to the ones and zeros. And I feel like the way that they were able to cancel out that portals in the overtime was really good. The way that they were able to have their method to their madness.
We'll see. Right now, Hell's Heaven domination role here. The high grounds are obviously going to be super important, right? If they have a Spider-Man in their arsenal, that would be really good too. But unfortunately, I don't think they both have it, or they both want to risk it. And honestly, XOXO was the closest of a team that has managed to utilize it to such great perfection. As a matter of fact, I think if they have a team B on the side of Gen.G, I think maybe XOXO would have thrown Reject out of balance here.
That's true. That is true. I
Right,
feel like
right.
that could happen, right? And
It's
speaking
a
of
very bad mismatch.
yeah,
It's a very
yeah,
bad mismatch.
that's true. My goodness. And speaking of balance, you know what? The prediction lines is getting more balanced, but people are still favoring Gen.G in the chat, 53 to 47. Let your voice be heard on how this one will shake out. Gen.G still favoring the Ultron. Maybe it's domination that's going to get them back into the groove of things. However, if we look back at Krakoa, it was quite the back and forth in map 1 and 2, and
Yeah.
it's only Gen.G to take it towards the end, when I believe it was Brownie onto the Hella that was the big difference maker.
Yeah. It was very close. It was very neck and neck. And honestly, I think that was the one format that Gen.G finds themselves a little bit stronger. But Rejects is just like a 0.1% difference at that point, right?
Right.
They can really come back at this point. And honestly, that's a 50-50 situation. It can be anyone's game. But if you lose even in the domination format, how are you going to come back in the next round number 5, when you go
Yeah.
back to Convoy and Convergence?
Let's hope that's not a question we have to ask as Gen.G lock in their heroes. But guys, lock in your predictions. Oh, it's already locked in. So hopefully your points are going well. I see some people that went from 2K to 15K with their channel predictions. That's wild.
beautiful.
That's wild, chat. That is wild. But shout outs to you guys. Shout outs to Multi. He's still here in chat with us. Pegasus is still here. I think Fariz, or I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Blaze Raven's here. Scrappy is here as well. Huzuru, hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. Anti Tryhard as well. Love the inputs in chat as well. It's actually going by pretty fast, so we'll try to give your shout outs in just a bit, because Hell's Heaven is the next map we're gonna play at.
Yeah, can't wait to see that. Whether Gen.G will be able to make that turnaround in this round number 4. Or will Rejects continue to reject everything but victory? Right now, they really love their they really love their Ultron. There's Johnny Storm right up leading the charge as well. Everyone's
Right.
up there. Seems like they're gonna gear up, maybe build up some ultimate charges, just test the waters a little bit. It seems like Rejects is gathered on the bottom part of the right side.
That's true. I think when it comes to the types of flanking points, we did see a lot of good flanks coming from Gen.G. I mean, Kadia just providing so much damage from the sky, and Zune on the Captain America is just trying to get some displacement, but the Groot, oh my god, Brownie, early pick off of Dobie.
Coming online right there, and that's why I'm saying they are so good at this format. Like, just look at what they're doing, divide and conquer, and as soon as he sees an opening, Brownie just leaps in with that finishing touch, and just like that, Gen.G Esports is going to win that first encounter, securing the first progress point.
Yeah, big team fight one on the side of Gen.G. Rejects did get a little bit of the point, 7%, but ultimately the battle was won by Gen.G. We're going to start another one, and I do see that Finale has changed out of the Wolverine. Not going to get much kidnaps, though, because they do have movable tanks here. He's going to try to go for that Magneto, but let's see if he can actually get the backlines with this Psylocke.
Yeah, the triple strategist, solo duelist, and the double vanguard, right? That's definitely something that Gen.G Esports is very comfortable and very proficient in doing.
Yep.
But Rejects right here, once they switch out to Psylocke, you gotta be really careful, because now your backlines, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Gnome's gonna dive you as well. And it doesn't matter if you have flyers as well. Fortunately for them, Rejects does not seem to have Hella at the moment.
Oh, they don't have a Gargoyle at the moment. Snake, good pick off there, and now Fun trying to push the charge here, and they're trying to go for that sneaky strategy that Crazy Raccoons did. Forced to actually go for the invisible boundary on Mocha's side just to hold point. But it seems like we try to get a dive onto Finale, but Fun taking out Finale, while Dottori taking out Gnome. It's a constant back and forth, but Gen.G seemed to be on top of the exchanges here.
Yeah, they're so good at this point, right? Because they know at a single touch point sort of format, they're good.
Yeah.
They're really
Yep,
good,
yep.
right? But Reject right here, you can see I don't know, maybe they heard my voice or something. Gargoyle's finally going to shift from Winter Soldier to Hela. That's what they really need, honestly. That's what they really need.
Yep. And now Freedom Charge on Zoon's side just to push the point, but this allows Gnome to actually hold point here along with Finale, forcing the team fight. And now they actually deny the 96. They can join back the team fight while Dobie actually went for the fate of both worlds. Finale going for the back lines here, and he still has the Dance of the Butterflies, just waiting for the ultimate to actually end here, trying to get the back line out of here. And we do see the Meteor M. Can they get any pickoffs? It seems like Gnome forced to go for the Freedom Charge here now.
Oh my goodness, the Supernova trying to inflict as much damage as possible, but Dotori is going to be able to come back with the Fate of Both Worlds. They're going to control it back. It's already 100%!
Yeah.
They C9!
They did,
Reject
they did.
C9.
Yeah, just when they were about to build up those ultimates, it seemed like the adjustments were made few and far between on the side of Rejects. That's just the Eldritch Monument. We're going to Frozen Airfield. Let's see if they're going to switch things up, because I feel like Gargoyle should have locked in the Hela a lot sooner.
Yeah, probably should. But it's okay. It's only the first game. Rejects can definitely come back from this. But Gen.G Esports showing signs of life, showing that they are definitely an all-star team. So coming in here, they're just one more step closer into equalizing their score with Rejects.
And if they do it in emphatic fashion, that's got to be a good confidence boost. And kind of like a validation of how well they play on domination. The real test would come after this game, but again, you don't want Rejects to have the 3-1 lead coming into that game number 5.
Yeah, that lead is going to be devastating. Right?
Yep.
Right now, going back to the point, this is Gen.G Esports, just one more win, and that's going to help them go to the equalizing match point. But right now, it seems like they are going to take the high ground a little bit, just trying to scout the area, just making sure where the opponents are coming from, because vision is key into determining where they are going to flank from.
Okay, Finale just playing real well here, using the cover to his advantage, while Brownie just being so dangerous in the sky, taking out Gargoyle, unable to even approach the med pack. But Dance of the Butterflies to probably attack the backline. It seems like the strategists are still alive, while Brownie is still wreaking havoc onto this cornered, it's that Vanguard here, allowing Gen.G to take the point.
Yeah, taking the point. Very quick to secure it as well. So right now, Reject does still have the ultimate ready, but seems like they're not going to use it anytime soon. Finale trying to snipe out those backliners. They're going to do a little bit of team up, 2 versus 1. Zoon trying to run away. He's like, bye, I'm out of here.
And able to actually go for the backlines this time. Constantly moving the targets here on Finale's side. Now focusing fire onto the Magneto, forcing out the bubble. And Gargoyle able to actually get a pickoff of Cadia, so this could be the start for Rejects for this retake of the objective. Gargoyle now holding on to that Goddess of Death. That's going to play very key in trying to get some elims on Gen.G.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, the invisible boundary is going to be employed, but Supernova as well going to be employed. Both ultimates from the side of Gen.G, but thankfully Mocha has the Fate of Both Worlds in order to sustain a little bit. Finale at the back lines is really just annoying. It's going to be a battle 5v6 at the moment, and as soon as Fate of Both Worlds is over, Dotori is there to pick up the support pieces as well. Finale, that's a butterfly available.
Yeah, that Goddess of Death didn't get anything out of Gargoyle's side, but they trade elims here on both sides. Mocha doing an amazing job onto the Luna Snow, but Meteor M gonna try to look for a target here just to try to focus fire. We do see Dance to the Butterflies unable to keep the strategist down. We keep on going as Gnome actually gets a diving strike onto Snake. Maybe this could be the first of the domino pieces to fall into place for Rejects to take this point, but it seems like they're still holding strong while it's only Cadia that's the only one left, and they capture the objective.
What a play. Rejects finally showing that, you know, we're off to a rocky start, but we know what's up. We know how to get back from these kind of situations. But there's still a lot of ways to go, Poch, because it's only at the beginning. It's not even 20%. And if Gen.G wins that next team fight, best case scenario is going to be overtime being forced, and Rejects needs to fight their way all through that.
Luckily for them, we're already going to see like a shifting of the maps and also no teleports. So they got to really focus fire onto these flyers. Gargoyle, has to watch out here. Finale is going to try to get the elim on Cadia, canceling out the Rage of Ultron.
Someone sign Finale right now. Because actually, he's already signed. My bad.
Sign him again.
Sign him again onto another, I don't know, all-star team, another all-star team. Because this guy is he's a menace. I don't know, man. Gargoyle has Goddess of Death, but right now Dotori is going to be out of commission, and that's going to be a huge deal because look at Gen.G. I think you might be right, Posh. The domino pieces finally starting to crumble on the side of Gen.G.
Oh my god! Look at that! Dobie choosing to go and cloak and eliminating Brownie. So, second team fight won. A lot of checks on Reject side for them to cash in for this next team fight. So, what is going to be the adjustment on Gen.G? Seems like they're still going to hold strong with the two flyers. No, Cadia going with the Warlock. They want to be able to get that Karmic Revival, but you have to build it up in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably banking onto Dotori building up the fate of both worlds, but now Finale caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. Careful. But right now it seems like it's gonna reach the 91% mark already. They really gotta start touching point. Meteor M coming in. Who is he gonna try and take out?
Oh
He's
no!
gonna go soon.
Oh my god! It's actually that Captain America took that out, but just canceling out the Supernova, and now Cadia is gonna try to get a piece of the action here as we continue on to overtime. But it's Fun and Brownie to take out two of Reject's side, forcing the overtime now, and the capture is gonna be claimed by Gen.G. Last stand for Rejects. Piggy onto this Doctor Strange, might portal in.
Yeah, portal in, and that's going to be the play that they need to do right now because it's already 96%. It's going to be a neck and neck. But now that's a butterfly by Finale trying to force them out of the point itself. And look at that Captain America trying to pound his way out of this. But Brownie as well. Everyone. Oh my goodness, Cadia. He has the Cocoon Rebirth. He's going to be able to come back in, but Cadia is going to revive Cadia himself. But now Piggy himself is going to be trying to hold onto this line alone. Gen.G Esports seems to be up top, but the Goddess of Death is going to take out Cadia. It's going to take out Johnny Storm. No, not quite. But another click is going to be... He's going to revert. He's going to catch the Hunter. Stalking the prey. Taking out Zune. Everyone's going down. Rejects on the brink of claiming this point.
Oh, they lost control, now forcing another overtime. Gen.G, unfortunately, super staggered. It's only Brownie to be able to hold it, and Cadia has to hold on to his ultimate, and just like that, they were able to recapture the point. The adjustments, the clicks on heads. Goodness gracious, Gargoyle living up to the name Goddess of Death.
Exactly. Gargoyle took a little bit of time to warm up to playing this role, this Hela, and he caught up really fast. And now he's a force to be reckoned with, and just chasing after them and just left clicking their heads, the opponent's head. And right now, Gen.G Esports on a format that they supposedly have a glimmer of hope to win. Rejects is really rejecting the advances of Gen.G Esports.
Yo, multitudes in chat saying Gargoyle took that personally, and now he did. He's like, okay, we gotta claim this point. I got you, chat. Check this out, and man, they cashed in that really well. So seems like the Warlock is not going to be in play here. They're not going to have the Karmic Revival at the start, but Dobie has the Eternal Bond coming into this first team fight, so that's going to be super important. We do see actually Gnome also with the... Dobie and Gnome coming into this team fight is going to be very important because they want to claim point and hold onto it for as long as they can, and those are two defensive ults.
Yeah. They're going to continue right now. This time, triple strategy. Same lineup again on the side of Gen.G Esports. And you're going to wonder what adjustments they really want to do.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're just really confident with what they can do on the current characters they are on. But
True.
Reject is really quick to catch on and adapt to their advances.
And there you have it. The Meteor M to try and counter,
Missing.
but no, unable to get any pickoffs. And now we do see that the Supernova is going to try to capture some of the objective here. And they're going to try to back up. Zune is going to get a piece of Gargoyle, and he's going to double up with Mocha. So they are definitely winning this first team fight unless Reject's going to bite back here. I don't know if they will invest that much since this is just the start, and Gen.G claim the point.
Yeah, they don't really need to invest too much, right? Because they know that 1-2 teammates are already down. They don't really need to utilize their ultimates or force things. They just need to retreat, regroup, and then come back strong. It's still early stages, like what you mentioned, but Gen.G Esports, they do have Rage of Ultron and the Freedom Charge available on their side, but no support ultimates. So this is something you gotta keep track of, right? Because these people,
Right.
the moment you use the ultimate, they'll be like, okay, they probably don't have this. The time's not up. They keep track of the ultimate cooldowns as well, the build up as well. So right now, they probably know that Mocha doesn't have Fate of Both Worlds. He's probably gonna have both of Fate of Both Worlds really soon. Zoo taking out Gargoyle.
Okay,
Oh my god.
Zune taking things personally now, and now we see the Dance of the Butterflies along with the Fate of Both Worlds just for them to capture that point. They're still staggered here. Kadia is quite low. Finale has to retreat here while we go for Meteor M on Piggy's side, but the control was seized on Gen.G for them to continue on here, but the dominance being put on display on Gen.G's side. Staying alive. They're doing really well thus far.
Staying alive, that's the name of the game, right? Zune with the Captain America shield up. He's like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm gonna do. And I am super stoked. Oh my god, this point is definitely so close into contention. I do not know how they are able to keep their nerves of steel in
Oh
this
my
situation.
god, Brownie taking out Gargoyle, able to actually go for a controlled area here, just dropping down the supernovas, forcing them into a clutch spot. So Gen.G reminding everyone that it doesn't matter if you have hit scans, we're still flying and we're still holding point very strong. Last chance for rejects. We're about to hit the 90% mark, so what can they do? They're still stuck in this corner. They need to attack, and they need to attack in synergy. Gnome trying to create a flank position. We do have two ultimates ready for rejects to work with, but Snake using the invisible boundary Meteor M. Let's see if he's going to catch anyone. Able to get nothing, but still able to hold up here. Overtime is going to be used now.
But Gargoyle, good job on getting Brownie out. But right now, Dotori on the Fate of Both World is going to be able to keep the teammates alive on the side of Gen.G Esports. But, oh no, Finale is going to be down. Goddess of Death is going to almost instantly be cancelled off. But right now, the damage being done, they're going to bring him down. And that's it. There's going to be a 4v6 situation. And right now, rejects are looking pretty strong. But they have to wait for their teammates to come back and regroup in order to fight back against Gen.G. Freedom Charge coming by Gnome. Let's see. The fight back comes in.
Yep, and now we do have two more ultimates ready for rejects to work with for them to bully Gen.G out of this point. So it seems like Gen.G might be investing a little too much on holding it, but can they do it? Kadia actually going for the Rage of Ultron, but unable to keep them alive. Meteor M to actually take out Dobby. Snake, though, taking out Gnome in the process. Kadia has to keep everyone alive, but no, unable to hold the objective, and Gen.G able to capture Hell's Haven.
My goodness, what a clutch game coming in. 2-2. And that's speaking volumes, right? Remember, guys. Remember, the 2 points came from domination.
Yes.
And that's round 1, round 4. But rejects, the 2 points that came from rejects is from round 2 and round 3. So you know what the next round means? Round 5, round 6 might be potentially the last ones.
That's true. If they're not able to meet them in the middle with Convoy and Convergence, it could be a lot to work with. And you know what? Kudos to Gen.G. They have won back-to-back domination maps. They prove that they are the kings of domination, which is rejects on the defending side, while Gen.G is going to push.
All right. Gen.G pushing forward, and if they want to win, I think this is the chance that they can win, right? Because Central Park here, if they can push past that first point, and not to mention because the attacking side is so strong, Reject needs to pull off it's a really tall order for them to put up an iron defense in order to stop the advances of Gen.G. So I feel like this map, maybe Gen.G this is the map for Gen.G right here.
Possibly, right? Just the aggression, right? So I want to be able to see a little bit of levels to the game of Gen.G, because we know that they're favoring attacker side. So it seems like standard bans, but we are going to get some bans out of a flyer on Gen.G side, locking in at least the Ultron. They still have access to that Storm, while Rejects has not have access to that. Locking in the Punisher, which did give a lot of elims on the side of Rejects. So we will just see how well he's going to set up these turrets, especially on the defending side.
All right, just coming in, we will see that the saves have been determined, and you can see that the Punisher is definitely very, very crucial, right? It's very, very valuable, especially in providing that firepower to push through the shields. But yeah, without further ado, let's have a look at what's gonna be going on here, as both teams are still at 2-2. This might be the opening that they need.
Yep.
And Gen.G proving that they can win in this format too.
Yeah. Why Maru? Shout outs to you asking why ban Mantis. They've been doing this since the beginning. These two teams do prioritize Mantis. Kadia is godlike with Mantis, but I think it's more of just eliminating the Guardians comp. Yes, you can go Star-Lord, but you kind of need Magneto to be able to be consistent with that. And it seems like the value they get out of Mantis Duelist is kind of scary. And it seems like Fun is going to take the fight to Rejects, and a fastball special as well with Brownie onto the Wolverine. Let's see if they're going to gain some mileage out of this fastball special. It seems like Brownie has already covered a lot of ground, and Fun's going to change it up. You got to love it.
Yeah, I gotta love it indeed. Going back to the Doctor Strange, right, and being like, yeah, let's just go back here. Right now, Reject's still trying to see what is coming up for them, but now the portal's coming in. They probably think that it's going to be the thing coming in, but now such a smart play. Let's see, as the SOS portal coming in.
Yeah, and this is actually what we wanted to see on Gen.G's side, because Gen.G have been kind of on the back foot in terms of just adjusting, but with this portal play, it could be a good way of actually gaining the ground. Again, this is a very attack-sided map, but the Penny Mines able to actually stop shop here, so Rejects kind of going for that same hunker-down strategy like they did in Midtown. However, though, will they hold up strong here, as Gargoyle does have an Adam Warlock team up here just for the Resurrect. However, Gen.G's still doing a great job, but it's Piggy to take out Totori in the first mix here. And now Storm is going to be added to the mix here with an Omega Hurricane. Brownie's going to try to get the pick off onto the back line, but we do see Fun getting eliminated by Gargoyle as well as Brownie. So a really good defense on Reject's side, chat. Yo, we got the Penny and Rocket team up. I'm guessing a lot of y'all are pretty happy because Rejects really going with the Penny meta as of late. Kadia forced to go into the Punisher just so that he'll be adding a little bit more firepower from the back lines. However, for them to claim point, they have to deal with all of these nests. Oh, we do see an Eternal Bond alongside with the Final Judgment, but the Meteor M does get popped. Anyone? Oh, Spider Time as well, just for him to be able to get a Gnome out of the picture. However, BRB is going to be online for Gnome to come back into the mix here. Kadia able to clean up shop. Oh, Eye of Agamotto getting any value. Oh my goodness, the Penny Mines able to take out the Gen.G. However, we do have a Gargoyle onto the Karmic Revival, so what a strategy here. He's gonna get some elims, but the Karmic Revival is gonna keep everyone up here. Oh, final stand here, last stand, able to get so much out, and Rejects unable to hold strong here because Gen.G have captured the point. Chat, are you seeing this? Gen.G with the aggression, able to stop the Penny Mines as well as the Rocket BRBs. And now we're going to get a Reject self-elim just so that they can go back to go back with their teammates. So, Jesus Christ, that was insane. Gen.G now still sticking to the same type of lineup. Oh no, actually Kadia changing up to the Rage of with Ultron. But they will have a lot of boots to the ground here when it comes to Doctor Strange as well as the Emma Frost. We're going to see a kidnap onto Brownie's side. Can it continue on here? It seems like Brownie's just setting up shop here. Oh my goodness, able to actually try to get a kidnap here. Brownie, unable to get a pick off. So now they did change it up. They're not holding ground here. They have to hold up the objective at this area. Clock is kind of winding down, but they still got a lot of time left. They got to deal with Brownie, and it seems like Gargoyle is going to meet him at the middle here with this Wolverine. So now Mocha going to be uninterrupted, but he's got to be very careful. Trying to get a pull out of it, but Rage of Ultron going to get countered immediately with the invisible boundary. And now this actually forces out the double strategist ultimate. We're going to see Also, Zune go for a big, it's that Psionic Seduction, but it is actually Katie and Brownie to back-to-back trade here to get some elims, and Gen.G have won this next team fight for them to potentially capture this next point and continue on to deliver the objective to the Castle of Dracula. Ooh, I gotta take a sip of water, chat. Hang on. As the action keeps going, rejects, though, are going to have a lot of checks to cash, but it is going to be Finale to try and gain some ground here and try to hold point before they're even able to knock on Dracula's door. Can they get any elims? But look at that! Gen.G with the sustain and the kidnap onto Finale. Brownie has been so on point with this Wolverine. They trade back and forth with Finale and Zune. And now we see that the final stand is going to be used on Snake. Piggy taking out Brownie. So an excellent hold of point here on Reject's side. Stay hydrated, chat. My goodness. Nell actually hit the BRB, so it's all good. How y'all feeling, chat? Y'all good? Rack says, not a fan of this map. Same here. It's quite confusing. A lot of vantage points, but now this is where defense can kind of shine once they're able to set up shop here. They do have the high ground, but we do see that Gen.G is actually sneaking their way from behind and trying to get, well, some pickoffs from behind. So seems like we are going to see the Rage of Ultron being used, and now the back-to-back ultimates to keep and sustain both teams. We keep it going, and now Zune gets eliminated. Eye of Agamotto being used, but the sustain on both sides. The Magneto bubble. Oh, not going to be able to keep the Punisher alive, but no, not for long. He's able to actually keep him alive. That's insane. Brownie, though, taking out Piggy in the process. Could this be the first one? Now, final judgment here on the side of Rejects, but Mocha, quite low, still stays alive. Has to stay alive as Zune tries to dive in with the Venom. Finale unable to get anything out of the final judgment, only able to take out one, and now another final judgment on Brownie's side. Brownie getting so much displacement, so much chaos, while Piggy is going to try and go for a dunk, and he's able to take out Finale. Oh no, he's able to take out Dotori. Zune taking out Finale. Back and forth we go. Eye of Agamotto is going to get negated here as we tried to see Piggy save his strategist, but Fun taking out Mocha could be the defense crumbling on Reject's side, and Gargoyle now wants a piece of Zune, able to hack and slash. Final last stand. So much ultimates left and right for this hold on Reject's side. Finale setting up shop here to try and take out the Rage of Ultron, and now Rage of Ultron trying to back away the defensive line, and another kidnap onto Gnome to bring Brownie so much value out of this Wolverine. But no, he actually gets kidnapped of his own. He tries to go back, but he gets pulled back into the mix and gets eliminated by Piggy. We still go back and forth. This fight is definitely insane, Spinbot. But look at this. We do have another Captain America coming on Fun's side this time just because they had to hold point. And now they fall left and right. Katie is going to try to touch point, but it is Rejects to hold strong and deny the 2-point game. Whoa. I'm getting lightheaded, chat. How are y'all feeling? Caster's Curse all the way in chat, multitudes? I don't know. Is it true? What a clutch save. And this, chat, tell me, what do you think of this map? Is it attacker-sided or defender-sided? Because at the start, it seems like there's just so much ways for the attackers to unlock the point. But once you're able to get up that high ground and you're set up shop very well, I think there's only 3 ways to go about it. Either you go up the hill or you go to the right on the high grounds, which Gen.G did. But it seemed like Rejects were able to hold strong. Thank you, multitudes. I appreciate it. Just Nell fixing up some things on his end, but we solo. Don't worry. Hopefully Nell will be RB. He was actually sent into the quantum realm or something. But yes, don't worry, multitudes. Caster's Curse also happens in chat, I guess. Oh, God. But yes, Penny did hold just a little bit. I did like how Rejects immediately saw that. It held for a little bit, but they changed up the strategy right away once the point was unlocked. They didn't want to force it. They met Brownie in the middle here and just went for the Wolverine Logan 1v1, I guess.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got I'd rather make music
Stay
than
hydrated.
anything else.
Portal play.
Except be a
Possibly
superhero.
out of Gnome. Question is, where is that going to be? They dominate the high ground, but Fun able to actually march them down. So are they going to go for a backdoor entry here for Gen.G to leave the point uncontested? It seems like they are able to do that because they were able to leave it. Oh, okay. Able to actually capture it. Gargoyle on this Iron Man, though, doing the work. You gotta love it. Gnome. Oh my goodness. Able to actually get the first point, second point, and now they're continuing on here. Uncontested. And they're gonna unlock it, chat. Incredible play here. Very smart, walked on here, and now they continue on. This is actually crazy. Gargoyle on this Iron Man could be the difference maker. And if Gen.G cannot contest here, Rejects looking quite strong. Gargoyle, my channel points are in your hands, says Swanee. Take his energy, says chat. But Brownie, though, maybe have other plans. Oh, trying to go for a Feral Reap. Unfortunately, unable to get anyone, but now he's in the midst of it. Can he get anyone out? No, they stay alive. And this courses finale into the final judgment for him to be able to try and pop anyone. Cadia keeping everyone alive as they try to push past this point. But chat, there's so much time on the clock. So Gen.G, all right, you know, holding ground here. They can't give them too much ground. And now we see the Eternal Bond just for them to kind of push forward. Piggy does have Meteor M to try and counter any ultimates, but they don't even need that. They don't even need that, chat. Look, bodies falling left and right on Gen.G's side, and Rejects are able to march their way down. Oh my goodness. They need to have a comeback here, folks. This is going to be insane if they're able to get this. But we continue to push forward. This could be the last stand for Gen.G. They do have some checks to cash in. They do have just one defensive ultimate. However, Rejects, I'm kind of scared. So, it seems like the Tori's going to come in with the fate of both worlds just for them to cash in. Mocha forced to go for the invisible boundary. And now, Eye of Agamotto, unable to get anything out of it. And now Meteor M trying to go for a big dunk. Able to get anything out of it? No, he's just able to use it defensively. Berserker Rage on the side of Brownie. He's going to get eliminated, as well as, oh my god, Finale with the shoddy? Oh my god, sit down, says Finale. They're going to try to march point. I don't think Fun's going to be able to respawn in time, and they're going to be able to march their way down. They're popping off. Rejects, ladies and gentlemen, have captured this point 2-1. Uncontested, undeniable, and unstoppable.
My god, and that's gonna be 3-2 in favor of Rejects. Once again, proving that Rejects has been unstoppable on the Convoy and Convergence format. Guys, Poch, this might actually be the match point for Rejects, the turnaround.
It could definitely be that match point, and it was an incredible showing. I think Gargoyle switching things up, going for the Iron Man to start things out for the attack push, and they were just able to dominantly put it in. The Penny Nest didn't quite work out, but they were able to hold up shop when they were able to get to the high ground. And I think it was the Punisher that was able to really hold up for them. And dare I say, a little less adjustment on the side of Gen.G this time again.
Yeah, the adjustments definitely probably needs to work a little bit more. Simply
take this convoy on Idrisil.
Yeah. Hopefully that's going to be the case for Gen.G. In order to take that, they got to win this map first, right?
People know the Marvel. It's Marvel, baby. Here we go. Marvel Rivals on your screen right now. Could this be the last stand of Rejects? Or no, Gen.G, or will Rejects, like you said, Nell, make history and be the first ever Marvel Rivals Asia Ignite champion?
Yeah, and that's stage 1. Obviously, we have stage 2 coming in during the 9th and 10th month. That's September and October. But right now, we're looking to crown the first ever champion. Stage 1 of Ignite Asia region. It's gonna either, at the end of this game, at the end of this series, it's either gonna be us chanting the name of Gen.G Esports or Rejects as the champion. So right now, looking at the band picks itself, it seems like Rejects, they are gonna lock in that Mantis right there.
Yeah, actually, this targeted ban onto the Punisher, so I'm kind of scared. This kind of leaves open. Oh no, they banned out Warlocks. That's good. So at least no Guardians composition. I mean, they can rock the Star-Lord if they want to, but without the Magneto bubble, that could be a little hard to deal with. But they do have at least the Mantis if they choose to use it. Last pickup is going to be Psylocke and the Emma Frost. However, on the side of Rejects, they do ban out the Luna Snow.
Ban out the Luna Snow. No access to it on the side of Reject. I mean, that's smart, right? Because they know that they have access to Magneto. No, they don't have access to Magneto, right? So Luna Snow would be super good. Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, Luna Snow is banned out on Gen.G's side.
Yeah. So they won't have access to Luna Snow, and that's gonna put a little bit of trouble for Gen.G. So this ban pick session, it's favoring Rejects at the moment.
Yep.
But you know what? That's the execution part. We are yet to find out.
True. On paper, it seems like it is favoring Rejects, but in practice, could be a whole nother ball game. You still have Zune's, Vanguard of choice. You still have Captain America. You still have a lot to work with here. But they don't have that Luna, which is quite scary because now they might have to rely on Cloak and Dagger and also the Invisible Woman.
XZ.
XZ's here? XZ's here!
XZ. Kadia has been subbed out.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh my god, the Psylocke. No wonder they saved the Psylocke.
Okay. So this could be the fresh perspective that they need. Gen.G is actually pushing forward, but Rejects, really known for their defensive strategy, is going to try and hold up shop here now.
Yeah, holding up shop. This is a very, very strong point in order to defend. But Piggy right now being the frontline Vanguard, just trying to hold on to it. Finale on the look at the Iron Man, just poking through. Wow. While No is just beating into the formation of Gen.G.
Oh my god, he's able to actually spot out Eggsy that was trying to flank. Able to get a little bit of value on just, you know what, pumping some damage onto that area there. And we do see Dolby, you know what, with the buffs, with the healing, with the damage boost, and Soul Resurgence. They got so much when it comes to defensive lines here on Reject's side. Gets the clap as well, just to keep everyone alive. And now we see Finale trying to pepper in people from pushing in the point. Whoa! No one there. Okay.
No one there, unfortunately. But the Hala, you gotta watch out for Brownie's Hala, right? Because right now, XZ doing God's work for the side of Gen.G, taking out Gargoyle. That's gonna be the first line of Duelist God. And now look at XZ going to work, pushing them back. Even if he doesn't eliminate, he still pushes them back. So job well done, sir.
Yeah, XZ is doing a great job like flanking and making sure that he's gonna punish any overextensions, hoping that he won't overextend in its own. So it's the Zune and XZ able to go for the backlines here. And now, oh my god, excellent sleep, forcing to go for the Eternal Bond just to keep everyone alive. And it's Brownie to put the finishing touches onto Gargoyle, forcing the Fate of Both Worlds and the Psionic Seduction tandem on Reject's side to hold this point. And it is Zune to take out Finale.
Yeah, and he has a Freedom Charge available because Dobby right there with the Soul Resurgence is going to keep the team alive, but now the Freedom Charge is going to be available.
Wow.
And wow, the exchange of the Captain America Freedom Charge is going to happen, but it doesn't really matter because they are outnumbered at this point, Poch. And Gen.G looking to push forward to unlocking the first point.
Good cleanup on Gen.G's side. It all started with what you pointed out, Eggsy flanking and making sure he does get at least respected for them to gain some ground. And from there on out, it was actually Rejects playing a little bit of defense and kind of in the back foot when it came to the ultimates. Now they're going to have this Z turn for them to be able to try and push this cart in.
Yeah. And they have already unlocked way better results than the previous one. Like, at least they're moving on towards the second point. But we gotta watch out for Rejects and what they are trying to do in response. But right now, Fun on the Diamond Hardened mode is just trying to beat his counterpart on the other side, right? But fortunately, Finale, Gargoyle, they both have ultimates ready. Let's see if Brownie's Goddess of Death will do much work. Finale!
Wow.
Unibeam taking out Oh my god, taking out Fun Fun and now taking out the Goddess of Death on top as well. Brownie's gonna go down, and it seems like Rejects is coming back strong.
And this is what's hard. When the objective is at this Z-turn area, they kind of have limited areas for them to make flanks of. So hopefully Eggsy's still able to create angles, create some chaos, and be able to just disrupt the backline. But man, we got two flyers here. It's gonna be kind of hard for them to kind of pin down them because they're creating so much angles and so much crossfires as they try to get back to the objective. So we continue. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. But right now, I mean, this is such a hard point for them to defend against, right? So, I mean, I don't know. This is
A nice deep freeze.
this push. XZ needs to find the backliners right now.
Yep.
Piggy
Oh,
the
hang
side of
on.
construction. Wait.
Oh, tried to go for a pulse cannon, but unfortunately got a good save on the side of Gen.G. We continue on with the Soul Resurgence by Mantis, and he's actually able to catch out Captain America as he tries to push in, but Piggy taking out Fun Fun to start it out.
All right, and this onslaught continues, but the exchange happening. Gargoyle taking out Zune, Piggy as well onto XZ, and now they are looking to defend. And with only 2 minutes left, Gen.G needs to make sure that the next team fights, the next 2 team fights left that they have, will count. Because Rejects seems to have something ready to counter them every single time they make a move.
Yeah, and it seems like Gen.G's Eggsy is going to change to the Goddess of Death to have more firepower behind the backline. So maybe it's not a dive that they need or a flanker, but maybe someone from the back lines. But the thing is, they need to create that LOS for them to be able to do that. And right now, it seems like Finale and everyone else, the duelists, have all their corners covered, while we do see that the invisible boundary is going to get popped out. Fun Fun's going to try to focus fire here at the center, while we do see Zune force out the... Oh, no, it's actually Gnome that forces out the Freedom Charge, so they're still holding strong. Maximum Pulse now!
Finale is gonna take out Brownie on the side of Gen.G. There's no more Punisher on the play, but Gnome is also gonna be taken out on side, so it's still pretty much a balanced thing. But Brownie right now with the change onto Doctor Strange, probably looking to put a portal back into play, just getting back into play as much as possible. But now, my god, Finale on the Iron Man. This is the real Mr. Tony Stark, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, trying to hold on, but the Eternal Bonds by Snake. Hopefully, he's going to try and buy a bit more time. But right now, they are closing into the second point with less than a minute left, Poch.
Oh, Finale just giving up some space here, and now excellent portal just for them to cut off the LOS. We're going to see more of Finale able to take out one, as well as Gargoyle taking out Eggsy. So slowly but surely, a maximum pulse could be ready for Finale, but they do a cleanup shop, and they're unable to touch point. Final seconds here, and they've already used up the portal.
My god, 20 seconds on the clock. Finale can just aim with the maximum pulse if needed, but Zune is already running in right on the Captain America, trying to touch point at the very least, and they know that this overtime is going to be the last team fight that they have, but no ultimates on their side, Poch. And Finale, maximum pulse can definitely take them out if they want to.
Oh, tried to go for it, but unable to get anything out of it, and now able to finally touch point. Can they actually push it? Last chance for Gen.G. They're all holding strong here, but like you said, there's only one more ultimate to be able to use, and they've already used it. Eggsy has the Goddess of Death. Can they actually push past here? Zune trying to stay alive, but Gargoyle trying to chase down and hunt him down. It's already past overtime. They cannot lose point.
Stay on point, stay on point. Yes, Gargoyle take out the Goddess of Death right there. Everyone on Gen.G Esports are using their ultimates. Piggy's already down. The fate of both will is what's keeping them up alive. But the spawn point is so close right here. Let's see if they're going to be able to do it. The trade-off, the Freedom Charge coming in. The bonus armor is going to factor into keeping the teammates alive. But Fun's going to take out Finale. And now, pushing forward is Team Gen.G. Seems like they're getting the better of the exchange, Poch.
Oh, but Dobie able to use the Soul Resurgence just to keep everyone alive. Can Rejects come back from this? Gnome with the elimination on Dotori's side, so that's one strategist out of the picture. Piggy able to get the Psionic Seduction. They need to stay on point, but right now they're fighting tooth and nail to stay alive, and now they're disrupting. They're be able to cut off the healers, and now it seems like Gen.G couldn't hold on.
A second time in row, keeping them in the 1 point. It's almost as if Reject is saying, one is all you're getting from us.
That's all you need.
God.
That's all you're going to get. And now they are going to be the ones to charge forward. They had such a good start. Eggsy coming in could really disrupt the backlines. But after they were able to set up shop in that Z turn area or that S turn area, it was really hard with all the flyers. And unfortunately, Eggsy couldn't get much pickoffs on the Hela.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate. Yeah, but yeah, the Psylocke was definitely doing a little bit of job in the beginning of the game, flanking from the back lines, right? But Finale was already ready to intercept. Everyone on the side of Rejects was ready to intercept the back lines. They know that the Psylocke play. They know the positioning that he can possibly come in from. Stopped it, forcing Eggsy to go to the Hella play. And quite honestly,
30 seconds before you attack.
it's really hard. It's
Yeah.
really hard at this point because XZ, he just came in.
Yeah.
It's a fresh perspective,
Yes. But
you're going up against a well-oiled machine, which
Yeah.
is Rejects.
right, imagine that. He's just jogging, warming up while Rejects are sprinting. So it was a good
Had been
start.
sprinting.
Yeah, it was a good start on Eggsy's side, but unfortunately unable to hold. And now we're going to see a little
Wait.
firepower on Finale's side. We did see Vital onto the Black Widow, but I mean, they're still on point here, so they can try and snipe out some damage here. So let's see, Zune just setting up a dive, potentially. But they just really need to hold strong here to force out the final game.
Yeah. You can see the Captain America scouting each other, saying hi at the process, right? But the difference is Gnome and Gargoyle has that high five team up going on. So let's see if that's going to be put to good use. The team up's available. But look what's going on soon. Trying to punish that overextension. Okay, that's going to work pretty fine so far.
Yo.
But Gnome's going to go down. But it's okay because it's so close to his spawn point.
He is, and now Snake actually on his, I was gonna say duelist of choice. This is not a duelist, it's a strategist of choice. Able to hold off just a little bit, and I would say Rejects, I would say they desperately need to win this here and now because the next map is Domination, and you know how good Gen.G is in that map, so they have to win this here and now. And Zune trading hands with the Psylocke, Piggy getting taken out by Fun. So excellent hold on the side of Gen.G.
Wow, what a play, right? So hopefully that's going to be enough to stop Rejects on point because right now it seems like Gen.G has found the answer. Snake. Snake on the Ultron. And I remember saying that this character, it's almost as if this character is built for Snake.
True.
Right?
They're running the risk of Dotori being the only one healing, right? But once they're able to pass the defenses, that could be a little bit of a problem because Snake doesn't pump out as much heals. Eggsy taking out Finale from afar. So now time is whittling down for Rejects to kind of come up with a strategy here. They're still sticking to the same type of flyers, but the thing is they got to set up shop, and Gen.G is not allowing them to do that.
Yeah. Right now, I think they gotta realize that they're relying only on Dotori for the heals, right? The focus heals, right? But right now, the fate of both worlds by Mocha is gonna be the one to push them forward.
Whoop.
So maximum pulse is gonna
Ooh.
find no one. Unfortunately, Brownie is gonna find no one, but it's okay. At least Soul Resurgence is gonna be forced out in order to force them further on to keep the teammates alive. And with
True.
1 minute 40 seconds, Psionic Seduction coming in by Piggy. The sleep though to Zoom, beautifully done. Bought that 1.5 seconds for them at least.
Okay, Gargoyle on to the Rage of Voltron, forcing all of Gen.G into this housing area so that they'll be able to try to unlock point. It's about to be the final minute of the clock, and Rejects, uncontested, they're not actually on the point, and now we see the Goddess of Death on Eggsy's side. Nice hold onto the side of Gen.G to hold the objective, and now Zune and Brownie take out 2 members, make that 3 members of Rejects.
Oh my goodness, pretty good defense going on so far. You can see Gnome trying to make some annoyance at the background, but it doesn't really matter. Right now, they only have 1 team fight left. They gotta regroup, they gotta regroup, and come back to this. But this is such a hard point to come back from.
Yeah.
And not and they don't have access to. I don't think they're using Doctor Strange, right?
They're not
Yeah.
using Strange just yet. I think this is going to be their final push, but look at that Gen.G. You know, with Eggsy coming into this, maybe he's more on the defensive side. Psionic Seduction, but Snake is going to counter that with a Rage of Voltron. Actually, no, Fun and Snake are going to be able to use both their ultimates. Rejects need to hold strong here and try to find point, which they finally do. Unable to uncapture the point. Gen.G continue to hold here, Nell, in the final seconds.
Yeah, my dogs are getting excited for it. But now the Freedom Charge coming in by Gnome. Maybe that's the opening that they need, but the maximum pulse!
Oh!
That's going to pick up 2 of them! Brownie doing God's work right there. With only 3 seconds left, will Gen.G Esports be able to hold them off? And the overtime has been triggered. Mocha, will they be able to hold off? Piggy is already on the Strange. He's going to open up a portal very, very soon. Gargoyle on the Rage of Ultron as well. Hopefully trying to take out the Iron Man, the Brownie on the Unibeam. Gnome on the ground as well. My God, gonna be choke slam. The portal, you gotta do it right now, Piggy. Soul Resurgence is only gonna hold a little bit longer.
And now look at that, just uncontested is Brownie, but now Finale taking out Fun could be the first domino piece
Huge,
for Finale.
huge.
Finale, can he actually take out? No, soon actually moving on. And now, can they actually capture this point? No one's contesting, so they might even allow. Oh, we see that Zoon's gonna try to hold here, unable to get it, and Finale able to build up some ultimate.
Oh my God, they still has Finale. What are you doing right now? He's trying to take out the people that are holding on to this point. But the maximum pulse.
Okay.
That's gonna take out Finale.
Oh, we have, oh my God, Ayabagamoto. Brownie still uncontested from above, but we have death from above coming from Eggsy, and they're unable to hold. Gen.G take it to Game 7.
My God, the magic number that we were looking for if we're on Gen.G's part, right? What a game, Podge. Game 7 right there. And domination, I think it really paid off. Snake was meant to play Ultron all along.
He was. And Eggsy coming into the mix also really helped out. They did just survive with just one strategist. Actually, I mean, the strategist changed to Fun at one point. But I would have to say, when it came to it, maybe what's that? Our friends in Rejects kind of let go of the gas just a little bit. They didn't punish Brownie at all. Brownie was just wreaking havoc while everyone was so focused onto the front lines. So they need to be able to pay attention for either Rejects or Gen.G. Multitudes is like Mukbang Nello. Maybe on the next stream.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We gotta help each other out. We gotta stay alive here. Shout outs once again to Tanvir, Peter's here, Waimaru, Multi also for keeping us company, Akagi, For Real, Stack, Vargo, Ploppy. Y'all are the goats.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry. No. I was going to get some water, but no, we continue on talking because the picks and bans. Oh, interesting that they're going to ban out Mag and also save... ban Mag, save Mag, ban Luna, save... sorry, not Luna, but Emma Frost. So...
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Right? These bans are crazy. We're not talking about what you're eating.
No, the oranges are so good. I'm so sorry.
I don't have any oranges, bro. I don't have anyone passing me anything. But chat, can you spam some orange emojis in the chat just so I can live vicariously through what Nell is putting in his mouth?
I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll stop doing that now. I'm gonna take it after this. But yeah, I mean, you're right. They definitely putting a lot of respect into banning that Punisher for a very good reason, because the Punisher has been shooting through the shields. Hopefully that's gonna be enough for Gen.G Esports to stop Reject in their advances.
Thank you, chat, for all the oranges. I see them now. Oh, I'm living vicariously through the vitamin C. I saw someone did eat like 5 oranges back to back yesterday. Oh, that's godlike. And we are going to talk about the picks and bans here. Rejects is actually going to have a little bit of synergy if they're able to use the Captain America and the Bucky. However, that's what they did last time, and Rejects are actually on the defensive side. So question is, will they go with the Penny Rocket tandem just to hold the point, or is this a map that it's not necessarily good in? However, it seems like with the change up on Eggsy and the ban on the Mantis side, it could be a different story. But again, shout out to everyone that's spamming out oranges in the chat.
Exactly. Thank you for the oranges that you spam to Spicy Potch. But I don't know why, but I smiled so much when I ate the oranges. But we're gonna put that aside as we delve into symbiotics, this symbiotic map. As Brownie right now on the Hawkeye, looking to click some heads, no doubt, Potch.
Mission area.
Yeah.
Click the head. No problem. Go ahead. I'm gonna continue. Brownie is just teasing us with the Hawkeye, and it seems that it's going to be Johnny Storm coming into the vicinity. And you know what color is Johnny Storm? Orange. And I'm gonna take a little bit more orange later on. But right now the pursuit coming in, just a little bit of back and forth coming in. The left clicks, just dealing a little bit of damage into the battleground. Just building up the ultimates that's happening here, which is already at 15%. But now building the perimeter. Look at that fire barrier. Beautifully done, and that's going to deal damage to whoever is going to be stepping into it. But right now, Zune is trying to get into the back lines. All right, there. Probably trying to disable the back lines.
True, and now we do see that Gnome is trying to hold point here before it is captured, but he's going to be extending a little too strong here. And now we see that they are able to hold up shop. Let's continue to see how Brownie is just dodging left and right. All these headshots, and now the sustain onto Gen.G's, strategist for them to keep up Brownie and keep up the point here. 2 points have been unlocked, but Rejects hold strong in their defense. Dobie does have Fate of Both Worlds to try to contest in, and now will they go inside the invisible barrier? They choose to do so, and now Dobie is the only one that is left. And we do see the finale able to take out Snake Totori. Oh, wow. What a good pickoff. What a good defensive line on the side of Rejects.
Wow, what a back and forth going on in. But it seems like Rejects having the upper hand here after all. But look at Gnome just picking off the back lines, and XZ is going to go down as a result of it. So it looks like Rejects, so far so good. The iron defense that we all know and love from Rejects, making sure to squeeze every single second out of Gen.G. And look at Gnome. This guy is Captain America, but he's built like an assassin right there, going to the back lines. But careful, don't go down. Oh, he's going to use Freedom Charge just to keep himself alive. And the health pack is going to go down. Oh no, a misplay going on. I know.
Yeah, Eggsy able to punish the overextension that was in play, and now 2 ticks have been gained. We do see that the Psionic Seduction able to actually get through, but now it is Zune to try to push them out, forcing out the Tori on the Fate of Both Worlds, and this gives the invisible boundary. They're still holding on to point here. A lot of time left for Rejects to just defend, and now we see both dance of the butterflies. These butterflies do be dancing, but it is Eggsy to take out the backline, and more on the side of Gen.G.
My goodness. Gen.G doing God's work right there, pushing off the point already. And fortunately, that's going to help them into pushing further into that halfway point. Reject still has a lot of place to come back from. There are certain points that they can hold on stronger to. But thanks to this change in lineup, right, it seems like Gen.G is able to adapt even better.
Yeah.
Right? In response to Rejects.
True, and it seems like Rejects is going to switch things up, still on that 2-2-2 lineup, but now they can't take too much out of this. We're going to see a bit of a pick-off onto Eggsy's side, so could this be the hold that they're looking for? Gen.G, once they overextend here after this turn, they can't afford to hit the brakes because they're going to have to walk down this area just for them to try and unlock this point, and Brownie is going to get taken out here. But Finale still holding strong. What a good point he is holding here for Fun to be able to get a little bit of ground here. Now it's going to be a Psylocke mirror match, able to actually get it. Finale taking out Eggsy.
Finale showing who the better Psylocke is during that last exchange. But right now, the battle is still going on. Plenty of time available on the side of Gen.G Esports. Finale right here, just actually not even going to bother trying to flank. He's actually going to be on the front lines, dealing pressure, dealing damage just to keep Gen.G Esports at bay. So right now, both sides are playing really, really cautiously. Zune very, very close to getting eliminated, but the heals are going to keep him alive. Right now, Finale already has Dance of the Butterfly available. So does Gargoyle on the Kraken Impact and the Fatal Both Worlds. But right now, Finale... Alright, Zune starting off with the Freedom Charge, charging in, and this might be the Gen.G's initiation. But look at Finale jumping all the way back to the back lines, just trying to take out the strategies instead, dividing and conquering both attentions.
And after that 1v1, Eggsy actually switched on over to the goddess of death herself, Hela. We're going to see a Meteor M to try and get any value, but we do see nice pop of the defensive ult on Dotori's side to be able to cancel out the Dance of the Butterfly. But like you said, Gargoyle still holding up the Kraken Impact. Going to get the Death Mark, taking out Eggsy first. He's going to reload this. We're going to go for another Armed and Dangerous. And now he's just going to make them back away, bullying Gen.G away from the objective, and now they run back to spawn.
Oh my god, and the grapple, let's see if he's able to capture anyone. He's not going to be able to capture anyone, but it's okay. Because like what you said, they're pushing them back. Not to mention, Gnome still has the Freedom Charge available if they want to further pursue this. But it's okay, because this point is honestly, Putch, the hardest to push through.
That is true. Zune actually changing to Doctor Strange here. Gonna be able to actually have a portal play just in case, but it seems like it's about to be the final seconds, and overtime will be inevitable for this next team fight. Gnome with the Freedom Charge to keep everyone alive, and Psionic Seduction. Let's see, Finale try to create a bit of disruption onto the backline, taking out Zune. That means he's gonna be able to portal back into point, but the final hold is going to happen in 20 seconds, and we see that ultimates are being gained slowly, and they do have, ground onto the high grounds here for Gen.G.
Yeah, but Reject still trying to look to put a stop onto them, not reaching the first mark, but careful, if you get taken out here, it's going to be very hard to try and come back and contest. But now, final judgment by Eggsy coming in. Mocha is not going to waste any more time, but Gargoyle taking out Fun. Oh my god. The invisible barrier has sustained Reject a lot, but it's going to be a 5v6 situation here. That's a Butterfly to intercept at the back lines. Gargoyle just doing damage from the front lines. And now the Tori of the Fatal Both Worlds is going to keep Gen.G Esports alive on the side as well. But when all the support outputs are down, it comes down to who deals the most damage, who staggers the most. And Dobby coming in as well. Alpha getting cancelled.
What a cancel! And also a Kraken Impact just for him to be able to get that death mark. But now we see the Brownie able to actually go for the Supernova for them to create distance away from Rejects. Gargoyle now forced to actually hide in this corner, unable to get anything, and Rejects defenses fall left and right. The way that Gen.G were able to play that was to perfection, and now it seems like Zune's Doctor Strange portal worked great. Gargoyle still has a chance here if he's able to portal soon here, able to actually get to the point. No, they actually portaled to block it, so now Gargoyle is forced to go for a portal here just for them to touch point now.
Oh my god, what a beautiful play! Right now, they're going to contest this, but the Freedom Charge by Gnome is going to be able to give the bonus armor that they need into this team fight. Fun still holding steadily there, has no Meteor M to work with, but Snake with the invisible boundary is going to help. No, Piggy's going to go down. It's going to be a 5v6 situation. One Vanguard down. How are they going to handle this? Gnome is going to go down because of the final judgment by Eggsy, tearing through the defenses of Rejects. This is absolutely bonkers. Mocha with the invisible barrier is not going to keep Finale alive, and it looks like Gen.G Esports might be able to hold this point much longer, and they are going to be able to push through, Poch.
The fact that Gen.G was able to weather out and actually push through and persevere the defenses of Reject, and now Mocha getting taken out by Snake. So this is what's going to be very scary. Now, when they push past this tunneled area, the respawn point is going to be so close. They can't afford to lose the objective once they pass this tunneled area, and they're able to get it with the courtesy of the Punisher turret coming in clutch on Eggsy's side. Now, final seconds on the attacker side to try and park this objective at the symbiotic surface. Question is, Psionic Seduction, can this actually get any value as we see Eggsy so low in health, and he takes out Finale.
Finale is going to go down again. This is going to be so hard because there's no more damage dealers in the front line. Dobby's going to follow suit after that. Dotori will be the one that tries to keep everyone alive. But the Wolverine tearing through Brownie. Gargoyle trying to make work of it, but it doesn't really matter because Eggsy's Punisher has been punishing the front lines of Rejects so hard right there, and now Final Judgment to try and shred through the portal. Oh my god, the exchange of the ultimates are just going insane. Meteor M.
Okay, fun. Oh, take it out, Gargoyle! Wolverine out of the fray here because of that Meteor M, but he's still able to come back because it's so close. They need to still hold on as we go for the invisible barrier on Mocha's side. Gen.G can't afford to lose track of the objective because they will be sent back to spawn, and it is overtime while Brownie able to take out Dobie into the mix, and we tried to go for a final stand here, but Gnome going for the freedom charge to keep everyone alive. Unable to actually get much out of it though.
Oh, XZ doing God's work right there with the Punisher. And look, Brownie just contesting. Piggy is not going to be able to hold. And let me tell you, if Gen.G manages to get this 3-point, Rejects are going to have a really hard time trying to deal with it.
And they do that now. They get the 3 points and they put Rejects in a really tough spot. But you said it. We could go overtime.
We could go overtime because let's just put up some facts here, right? Gen.G Esports are not exactly the best at holding points up against Rejects. Rejects are actually the ones that are better at holding points. But in this game, Gen.G Esports was able to push Rejects past what they were normally able to hold. And thanks to that, we might even see a 6-6 overtime. Oof. That's going to be a really, really long endeavor coming in, but it doesn't really matter because right now that Magneto has been doing wonders, and XZ on the Punisher has also been doing wonders at the front line, just tearing through the shields. And Rejects is like, why didn't we ban the Punisher on the side of Gen.G Esports?
Targeted ban. Shout out to Wexler29. Gen.G is from Korea while Rejects is in ORG in Japan. So you could say this is a regional battle with Japan versus Korea, but I'm pretty sure these guys have scrimmed left and right. That's why they kind of know each other so well. But now we will see the full Gen.G arc here now. If they're able to get their defenses going, that means they have been able to pacify their demons, not only with Crazy Raccoons, but also with Rejects to be the undeniable winners here. However, easier said than done as they try to hold up shop here. And I see you did take a bite of an orange, so we're going to keep on talking here as the Punisher turret is going to try and hold down the mid lane point of this map. And we do see that Brownie is still additionally adding value to his front line here, just putting a lot of flame shots onto the floor just so that they can't run shop here. So excellent hold on Gen.G's side.
XZ, the Punisher availability to Gen.G, right? That's super important because look at how much damage he's dealing at the back lines. And that's not to mention everyone on the side of Rejects. They're constantly in fear of getting bursted down. And look at Gargoyle trying to ambush XZ, but gonna be taken out instead. So this is a huge deal for Gen.G Esports. And I don't know, man, it feels like Rejects, they're gonna fall one by one at this point. Brownie in the sky, XZ at the ground. It's like a double dragon sort of situation right here going on.
It actually is kind of the XZ diff here with how well he's playing Punisher, and him coming in clutch in the previous game with the Psylocke, and now with the Punisher just adding so much value at the back line. We're going to see a bit of, well, I would say a flank situation on Gnome's side, but if he's unable to disrupt this constant pressure from the mid lane, could be curtains for Rejects, but we do see that they were able to get in, and now the team fight ensues as they try and hold up shop, but we have the final judgment and also an invisible barrier to keep everyone alive, as well as Finale going on to the Human Torch for them to trade for now 5 ultimates back to back, and Piggy taking out Eggsy while we see the Dance of the Butterflies just to wreak havoc onto the back lines, and they continue to push forward now.
Yeah, what a play by Rejects as well, just pushing forward and slowly but surely unlocking this point. But right now, 4 minutes added back to the timer. They have 4 minutes and 15 seconds on the side of Rejects in order to defend this point. Gen.G Esports, they, how do you put this? This is a point where they definitely must defend by all costs, because this is such a hard point to get back from. If Reject loses here, they're gonna have to walk by foot, and it's a far walk
Yeah,
on foot.
it is. It is. I think that's why Fun switched to that Doctor Strange, because a portal play could come in inevitable for them to be able to contest here. But so far, doing a great job just playing the poke battle here, while Brownie and Finale just take so much from the sky here, and now forcing out the invisible boundary. Piggy's so low here, but still staying alive. Great job. And now Brownie actually catching Gnome, trying to flank, but it seems like Brownie's still going to focus fire onto this center part of the mid lane.
Yeah. Gargoyle right now on the Psylocke, right? Just doing a little bit of the job flanking on the side, but Brownie as well, just trying to get rid of the threat from the air. Finale's like, what's going on? Finale's focusing on the ground, but Brownie's obviously focused on him.
Piggy taking out Fun. That could be huge here, just for them to push a little forward. But now this allows them to kind of go for the portal play. There's still a lot of time for them to actually pull this off, but I'm not sure if they will, because it's going to be kind of a desperation play if they do. And there's still so much time left on the clock now.
Yeah, so much time indeed. I mean, even if they fail to defend at this point, right? Gen.G Esports still has another point they can defend from, and that's going to be that little bit of distance from the spot point. Okay, coming in, they definitely want to commit into that. They want to add this here, and now they're like, hey, we sacrifice our supper for this. We're not going to let you sacrifice our sleep for this.
God.
We are going to try and take it away right now. Gargoyle, Final Judgment coming in. Is he going to rip through the front lines?
Able to take 2, 3. Oh my goodness, unable to get anything out of it. But now Gargoyle, the only one remaining. Lot was invested into that, a portal and a lot of ultimates. So hopefully they got to set up shop. But Nell, look at the check marks on Reject's side coming into this next team fight. We've seen this before. They come in with a lot of ultimates, but somehow Gen.G were able to hold.
They are able to hold, fortunately, but now the shield's going to happen, and this is the turret that's going to help to keep them at bay. So wasting a little bit more time on the side of Rejects is what Gen.G Esports is trying to do, but Gnome already on the sidelines trying to flank in, and you can see the Fearless Leap ready to just take point. But be careful though, someone's going to go down. Finale just trying to snipe left and right, but be careful because Brownie is ready with the Supernova coming to play.
Okay, but we also have another Supernova in retaliation, as well as a Psionic Seduction, but Fun takes out Gnome. Fun getting real low, going into the fire, getting attracted to that, as well as Snake still trying to stay alive, but unable to get it. Gen.G, it's a team wipe, and now they're trying to push point. Fun did use up the portal. I'm not sure if the cooldown did happen, so they will have to allow Rejects to take this point.
They have to, but it's okay. Like what I mentioned, this point is one of the points that they can hold up against, but there's another point, which is the distance before the respawn area by Gen.G, right? So that's another point they can fight at. But here, 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Reject needs to push past this time. Finale, pretty good terrain that he's hiding behind from, right? Just dealing damage, the left clicks, the right clicks, the left clicks, the right clicks, and that's gonna ensure the pressure onto the side of the pushing Reject.
Yep, and now they're going past this tunnel. Once they're able to get this, it's going to be a little tough for them to be able to lose track. But now we do see the dance of the butterflies on Gargoyle's side for Brownie to focus fire and save their backline. But Mocha and Piggy taking out 2. This is going to gain a lot of advantage. And now Brownie taking out Mocha as the Eye of Agamotto. But he's the only one that's left on Gen.G, while Rejects are slowly trying to hunt him down. He's going to go for a health pack, though. Nice bop and weave to keep him alive, but that's not going to keep him alive on the Fury of Gargoyle.
Yeah, just go back. Just go back to spawn. I'll help you, right? Don't have to walk back.
Don't worry, I got you.
I got you, indeed. But here is the point we're talking about, Touch. This is the point where they need to stand and make a stand.
Goodness.
Right here, Snake! Invisible boundary ready to be used. Make sure you don't die, but right now, it's going to be Totori to engage with the fate of both worlds first.
Okay, so nice using the invisible boundary to counter the final judgment here. Mocha getting real low. It's actually Finale and Mocha to be taken out. So, a big hold. Oh, Eggsy being taken out by Gnome. So, they don't have any sustain on their side. Gnome and Piggy, the only vanguards left.
They're
Less than a 1 minute left on the clock, and they need to touch point here, Nell, before they get set up.
They're fine. XZ would be gladly taking that down because he took out 3 of them in the process. And not to mention, the spawn point was actually really, really close, right? So now the Hela coming in. Let's see if that's going to be the difference maker that they need. clicking heads would definitely be the point. Wow, look at the position he's putting himself in, just trying to snipe them off guard. Right now, Rejects has 3 ultimates ready to be used, but so does Gen.G Esports. Zoon holding on to the Meteor M as well. All right.
Oh, trading Brownie with also Gnome's ultimate here. He's gonna try. They're holding point and they're touching point here. They're gonna be trading ultimates. They're holding on Psionic Seduction as well as the Supernova onto the side of Gen.G Esports. Soon trying to go for a Meteor M, able to take out Mocha. That's a huge pickoff on the side of Gen.G. And now this forces Dobie to go in with the fate of both worlds. And it seems like they are gonna capture point overtime now on the side of both teams.
Wow, it's as if the game, you know, it's as if the gods of Marvel Rivals saying, you know what, both teams should be the champions.
We can only get
but
one
yeah,
though.
we only get one, unfortunately, and I'm not really surprised if this goes 6-6, which is actually, you know, it can happen, but
Draw, right? Oh my god.
yeah, it could be a draw. Yeah, but I don't think any of this. I don't think both teams are capable of staying on the convoy the entire 3 points.
You say that now, Nell. My goodness, have you ever heard of Caster's Curse? That's it's a real thing. It happened to multitudes in chat, but it could go all 6. But we'll have to power through, chat. I see 500,000 people watching this finale. Shout outs to you guys and shout outs to you guys keeping up that energy. Gen.G, folks, will take this first push. Rejects have to hold.
Yeah, they definitely have to hold. And I don't care how many spider nests you're putting, you're not fooling me. You're not going to play Penny into this. But right now, it seems like Gen.G Esports will be the one pushing forward. And hopefully, let's see if they're going to utilize that portal in order to make quick time to touch point. But Poch, I tell you, that first point, taking that first point in 1 minute, it's almost impossible.
Oh, look at that. They're already doing a portal play just for them to take another route to come on in. They're going to be funneling towards the side. Gen.G now with Fun on the Hulk. Want to go for like a dive type, pseudo type tank, while Zoon on the Magneto could be the one to hold down shop here. So it seems like Rejects doing a good job. I mean, they were able to cheese out the first one, right? So now early seconds being bought for them to kind of funnel up into this top area could be the difference maker in this matchup. While we do see Zoon try and find his position. They're going to be Gamma Squids coming inbound.
Yeah, Gamma Squids, that's going to be probably the little difference maker that they need to have. Oh my god! But that pull, that grapple, beautifully done by
my god.
But
Beauty Banner inbound, and now the defense is slowly falling apart on Gen.G. And now they force the overtime, but Zoon needs the portal on point. They're actually staggered really tough, and now they just need to predict where the portal is going to be at. They're going to try to go for a barrier, and now we do see that the Adam Warlock is going to get taken out. Oh my god, the big stagger, and Rejects hold.
I told you, 1 minute is just too short of a time for a push to happen. But right now, it's a 0%, Poch. What happens if it's also 0% on the side of Rejects?
That it's a 3-3 game. Who wins? We win, chat. W's in the chat.
Oh my god. I'm so glad I didn't bet my channel points on this. But this is definitely the last stand for Team Gen.G. They're going to hold this point. If they hold this point, then it's going to go into another overtime?
We'll have to wait and see. I don't want to predict these things, but we'll see if this is going to be in the rule book. Again, Marvel Rivals Ignite just started, so this could be the first. I don't know how the others went. I know Oceania had really like back-to-back matches, but if this ends in a draw, I'm not sure. But look at that Gargoyle. I don't know if is he going to go with Spider-Man? No, okay, cool. All right. We'll see.
All right, cool. Yeah, Spider-Man, yeah. But honestly, what they really need to focus on here is if they win a team fight, that's it.
Yeah.
They only have one shot at doing this. So I think if they can take out the backliners, I think they have a shot at winning.
The fact that Rejects was able to do a portal play for them to delay was actually really good. So now we're going to see a bit of extension on Zoon's side just for some, I'd say, harassment, just so they won't portal onto the point. But I think they're just going to march their way down. So here we have it, folks. Final stand for Rejects and Gen.G. Gen.G need to hold up shop here just for them to extend this tournament or extend their tournament lives here in the grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, that can definitely happen, right? But right now, only 40 seconds on the clock, and they are looking to push in. That's Rejects we're talking about. Gen.G Esports definitely hope that they can defend this for the entire duration of 30 seconds. But right now, I think they should clearly start.
Oh my
building up
god!
to their-
Oh my god!
Wait,
Tori gets taken out by Gnome. First strategist down, and now they're gonna continue on. Fun down as well. Nell, the pieces are falling into place for Rejects.
Rejects?
Oh, hang on. No, they're able to actually hold. Rejects also falling left and right. Gnome, the only one left. It's going to be Captain America, and they still hold. Final seconds here. They're going to race past the point here.
Oh my god, are they gonna actually make it? No, it's gonna be a 3-2-3.
2, 3.
What do we do now? I don't know, but I'm excited. What's going to happen?
What's gonna happen now is they're gonna
Share the prize. It's a draw!
It's a draw.
MVP on Piggy's side, though, but, I mean...
So, Rejects win.
We're going to face it off MVP. Are we going to play another map? I think we have to. I think it's going to... Oh, we have to wait and see. Holy smokes. No, I did not predict this. I thought it was going to go... I thought we were going to crown a winner. But left and right, they just started dropping like flies on both sides. It looked like it was Rejects to take the point. But I think the duelists were able to find the back line, but they trade, and Zune was able to hold up shop.
Come on, bring it back to domination. Let's get it over with, man. What the hell?
Run this map again. I don't know. Domination. I think we ran out of... Did we run out of... There's one more domination map we didn't play, I believe, because there are 3 domination maps in this cycle. I think it's Baron T'Challa is where we started it out in Challenge Day.
Basically what it means is both team loses, so we are gonna redo game number 7. I'm gonna eliminate. I'm gonna surrender, right? If it goes into a 6-6 again.
Don't do it, no. But we got Spider Islands multitudes. Well, doesn't really like this map, but it's his favorite map. We're gonna go the full best of 10. Let's go. Oh my god.
I no longer. I can say that I'm officially dead. So
I'm officially dead.
I'm officially dead.
Nello has left the chat, guys. Nello has left the GC.
Wait. Let me just quickly text Zune right now and say, lock the hell in.
Lock in. I'm going to text Rejects. Lock in as well. I want to see a best of 10, bro. We got to see it. It's not domination, but we're going to Spider Islands.
Help. Spider Islands.
Spider. The Islands of spiders. But brother, here we have it. The lock-in on wow. Okay, so the Strange and also the Emma Frost on Reject's side. So prioritizing Vanguard. So now it seems like Gen.G gonna lock in the Mantis. You gotta ban that Warlock just so that they don't have the advantage of that Guardians team up. You don't want to rock it, and there you have it. But Kadia, Kadia's not even here. It's Eggsy. So hopefully Eggsy is a godlike on this Mantis because they did get locked in. No Psylocke bans, no Hella bans, but a Punisher ban on Reject's side. So that is definitely a targeted ban for Rejects, a respect ban on their side.
Yeah. And honestly,
how are those peanuts? How are those peanuts? Are good?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a possibility where this game won't end in a draw. But thanks to you guys telling us that Convoy, you can have a draw. Yeah, we're reminded of that fact, and now I feel a little bit better.
Unless it's overtime and they can't touch point. I'm kidding. Yeah, but that's true. I don't think.
Help me.
Chat, let's lock in. Lock in. Spider Islands. Rooftop battles. Spider's gotta move towards the Weaver. And now we have our game number 8. Historic game number 8. The first ever in Ignite, because this is the first Ignite tournament. So, who you guys got?
I mean, this is definitely going to be a very historic match, and I can imagine that all the content creators are going to be restreaming and reacting to this match tomorrow onwards. But coming in we are going to give you the best that we have since we got that little break. Fun coming in, probably going to change back into the Storm. Yes, well done. He's not gonna. They're all not gonna go into Vanguard form. No Vanguards necessary. It's just gonna be damage all over. Brownie with the first strike. Let's see if he's able to kidnap anyone. No siree, no kidnap's gonna happen. But he might fall down in return.
Okay, Zune being the solo Vanguard, a kind of a new look on Gen.G's side. They usually rock the double tanks with Fun, but Fun showing everyone that we weren't lying when everyone could actually play Duelist. But now Eternal Bond just to push them back into spawn. Mocha still has access towards the invisible boundary, while Finale is actually on the Warlock just for them to have that space, have that respawn. And now we see that Fun's going to go for the Omega Hurricane to try and target Suit onto the Adam Warlock. Well, we do see Brownie taking out Piggy up on the rafters. And now we see that Eggsy does have the last final judgment just so that he can add more pressure here. It's going to be a back and forth of elims. But not necessarily back and forth. Gen.G getting 3 eliminations courtesy of Eggsy on that Punisher. So great hold or a great push on Gen.G to start things out.
Yeah, beautiful push so far, but it seems like Reject is getting ready for a portal to intercept them halfway. So they really do not want to give away the first point. Right now, Piggy on the front lines. Got to be really careful though, because there's a very angry Logan right there.
Yep.
And XD is going to clean up shop as well.
Along with Brownie, so unfortunate retake here on the side of Rejects, spending a big portal, forcing Gnome the Hulk to walk on his way back and save his cooldown. They have to walk in as a unit. Luckily, the point hasn't moved past the doors of the first unlock, so this all damage dealing lineup on Gen.G's side is working pretty well so far.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like thanks to that substitution, fortunately that new perspective has helped them a little bit more, right? But the Omega Hurricane is going to be attempted again by Fun, trying to deal as much damage as possible onto the back lines. But Psionic Seduction is going to be employed to stop any incoming follow-up.
Whoa! Eye of Agamotto to the back lines, but Snake's still trying to keep everyone alive while Gargoyle takes out, been taken out. Oh, we do see that the Karmic Rebirth, unfortunately unable to get it on Mocha's side. Another pick-off here on the side of Eggsy, but Finale still able to revive everyone. Turret's going to be set up here. Can they actually hold, or can they take out Eggsy? Eggsy is a menace on this Punisher.
Yeah, they're just tearing through. Right? This is seriously what's going on. But right now, Reject's coming back in and pushing through. Hopefully, that's going to be enough to push them through. But Brownie, what's he doing? He's hiding behind the rooftop. Okay.
I guess he's going to wait for everyone to come on in for him to be able to regroup. So he's just chilling. He's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll be the only one there. Yeah, this is a no-fly zone. So Fun, trying to create that distance here. But final seconds remaining. They're going to need to strap. Oh my gosh, but Gen.G doesn't even have a Doctor Strange. They have to walk this whole point down now.
It's okay. The more you walk, the healthier you become. So Gen.G just coming in, slowly walking in like a boss. That's exactly how I imagine myself walking into a meeting room when I'm late for work tomorrow. So, yeah, that's what they're going to do. And with 10 seconds left on the clock, Gen.G Esports needs to put
oh my goodness.
Rejects to sleep right
Yeah,
here.
Mocha, though, does have the invisible bounty to keep everyone alive. Omega Hurricane is going to get used up. Mocha has to use the invisible bounty to keep everyone alive. Piggy, he's going to try and chase down the invisible woman on the side of Gen.G. But look at that. Finale, right-clicking, left-clicking, and they are successfully able to hold.
My God, Rejects. Finally showing why they are a master in this map, stopping Gen.G in their tracks.
Full hold, as Menesis did say, but yes, this was...
I'm very certain this is not going to be a draw anymore.
Caster curse, bro. We can't call it yet, but I hopefully agree with you. It's definitely not, because distance is going to play a factor into this matchup.
Exactly.
So... will Rejects be able to push past their limits, reject their limits, and push past Gen.G's convoy? Or will Gen.G finally be able to break the curse and break the streak that Rejects had on this map?
That first point is going to matter a lot, right? They wait, Penny?
Oh no, just for the boost.
For the armor.
Yeah, for the armor. Penny on push. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna do it. But Reject has done a great job stopping Gen.G from getting past that point, and that's gonna mean a lot because if you notice, Gen.G Esports are really good on the offense, right?
Yep.
And when it comes to defense, I would say Reject is better. So now that Rejects is able to, yep, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that was the case, but in Yggdrasil, when Eggsy did come into the mix, they were really good at defending. And right now, it seems like Eggsy has already put up a crossfire here. Again, there's gonna be a lot of time left on the clock. They're still running the 2-2-2 type of lineup, which is super important. And now Zune up top here is gonna get sniped out. Let's see if they're going to continue up here. Seems like they're going to be able to push a little bit as Zune tries to get the attention away from their front lines and tries to go for a bit of a pick-off here. They got to worry about Brownie on this Wolverine, though.
Oh, let's go. And now, oh my goodness. Fortunately, he's not going to be paying the price for diving in. But no, wait, so close.
Oh, but Zune gets taken out, though. Piggy taking out Zune. Fun taking out Gargoyle, though, so a trade-off in the process. Finale, though, it's constantly adding pressure here onto this lineup. Oh, it's going to be another 1v1. Eggsy, though, taken out. Finale.
Wow, what a nice one. And adding that melee to end that final hit on to Finale. Eggsy definitely doing a great job so far, but right now just trying to get out of harm's way, get the health packs. You really need it after all. The flankings are going to matter a lot right here, but look at the distance that has been gained. Hodge, Reject is only just a few meters left up the stairs, and that's it.
Yeah, it's really close, and there's still a lot of time left on the clock. The respawn point is still really good, but no. Oh my god, get Gargoyle. But look at that, he got kidnapped and pushed away. Brownie unable to get anything, but Totori is able to save up. Zune as well as Fun taken out left and right. Rejects here. A failed attempt for them to push the point.
What a play indeed.
Whoa.
And now, taking out whatever that is left over from Rejects, but they know that they still have a lot of time on the side of Rejects. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on their clock. Rejects can definitely make this work. They can just build up their ultimate. Yep. And go for that final push onto Gen.G Esports.
Yep. And now we see Eggsy's really locked in. He's won 2 of the 1v1s, but now he Dance to the Butterflies just for them to force out a defensive ult. But just like that, Reject, 4 check marks are ready to use, and Psionic Seduction to be able to try to gain stuff. And now we see that Gnome able to take out Snake. Piggy's going to try to do some crowd control and try and get the diamond form in. Able to actually do so much damage, and now it's the Dance of the Butterfly on Finale side. They're pushing back, and Totori gets taken out. Piggy takes out Fun. Is this the final march on Reject side?
Oh my god, can they make this? They definitely need a Doctor Strange to push. Oh no, they're not going to be able to touch that point.
Oh, hang on.
Looks like, wait!
Unable to get it! And just like that, Rejects, ladies and gentlemen, are your Ignite winners!
Oh my god, congratulations, Rejects! Definitely rejecting everything but victory.
Rejecting their limits, going past, going plus ultra, and they are your Marvel Rivals Asia Ignite champions, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for Rejects. We were here. You will remember the moment you saw Rejects as the first ever Marvel Rivals Ignite Asia champions.
Yeah, going the whole BO7 and coming up with the Game 8. I don't think other regions have this as well. So,
yeah,
guys,
the Asia special. The Asia special.
Exactly.
BO8, bro. Only here. BO8. Tell your friends, tell your grandchildren, tell everyone that you are here to witness history with Rejects.
Exactly. Featuring mukbangs and dogo shows, right? So, all right. I mean, it's just crazy. Eggsy brought in the fresh perspective that Gen.G needed, but unfortunately it's just Rejects being super stable. Look at the final hits. It doesn't really even matter in the end because what they won